You're listening to
Two girls.
One Crypt.
Listen if you dare.
Spoilers ahead.
I don't know what the hell's in there, but it's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
What's your favorite scary movie?
You shouldn't live, Bill.
The opera ghost really existed. He was not, as was long believed, a figment of the imagination of the artists, the superstition of the managers, or a product of the impressionable brains of the girls of the ballet, their mothers, the box keepers, the cloakroom attendants, or the concierge. Yes, he existed in flesh and blood, although he assumed the complete appearance of an actual phantom, a spectral shade. For well over 100 years, this tale of the original cellar-dwelling incel has captivated imaginations, spawning numerous films, three-stage musicals, and many related novels. And though we typically think of Eric, the titular phantom, as a horror icon and a monster, is that the whole picture? Was he always a dark and despicable soul, or was he made that way by a society that pushed him into darkness for the crime of being deformed? Order your fine horses, my friends, and have them waiting at the door. Then come with me down into the depths of the opera house. But remember, keep your hand at the level of your eye, always at the level of your eye. Up, like you're holding a pistol ready for a duel. It's a matter of life and death. The answers to all of our questions dwell in the house on the lake. This is two prima donnas, a phantom, and an opera house.
Well done. I love your brain.
Yeah. I'm Misty.
Oh, yeah, and I'm Kendall. And if you are new here, you might not recognize the voice of our good friend Matt Spalding. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us
It's good
on
to be
this.
here as always. I always feel like when I'm here that I'm like a Make-A-Wish kid that was like, I want to have real friends. And then my wish came true.
Oh my
I thought you were going to say when I'm here, I'm family, like Olive
Me
Garden.
No,
too.
no, no, I'm not Olive Garden.
Okay.
Make a wish. So this episode is something new we're doing, and it is actually inspired by something Matt said to me, which Matt, I don't really know what you
Oh
said to
God, you
inspire
expect me
this.
to remember something?
No, I don't. I'm just saying I also don't. But I know you had said something forever ago about the Phantom of the Opera and mostly discussing how there's never really been a true adaptation
Well,
of the
not for
book.
101 years at this point.
Yes. Yes. So something you said inspired me to like come up with the idea to have kind of a franchise episode, but with Universal Monsters. And
Mhm.
Misty loved the idea. And so now we're doing that once a year. We're going to pick a monster, have a friend on, and go through. I can't say all of the iterations because
No,
there's
because
so
there's
many.
so many.
No.
I mean, just for the first one we picked, the
Especially
Phantom, there's so many options.
I was
So
gonna
many
say,
we just skipped.
especially if you pick like Dracula, you
Yeah,
would
no way.
never get through all the Dracula movies.
So
I
what we
think we
did for
even
the
talked about making
Phantom
that.
was pick like the essentials, and we conferred with Matt
Hmm.
as well to make sure we
Yeah.
got, some important ones. And then we also picked some maybe randos to some people, but some that are
Yeah,
particular interest to
we,
us for different reasons.
There's
yeah.
definitely there's definitely a couple randos here
Yeah.
that
There's
were
a couple
interesting.
like actor driven ones and a
Yes.
director driven one that we did, and a couple of necessities, the
Yes.
bookends for sure. Um, but
So we
yeah,
picked eight in
so
total for this
mhm,
episode, which was enough.
great number.
Was
Yeah.
enough. I
Yeah.
don't, you know what? And I guess we
Eight
can get
movies
in.
is a lot. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say no, eight movies is a lot to go through in for an episode of a show. It's a lot.
It is,
Yeah.
but you know, I want to make sure we're thorough. It's important to me that we talk about. I mean, the universal monsters are sacred, you know, and I think
Mhm.
it's important that we kind of view them from all angles, or as many as possible.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I
This
guess we
one
could get into our.
particular,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. This particular one is like a game of telephone.
Oh
Like
yeah.
watching the last one in this order of movies that we chose compared to the first, it's just interesting how they like change things.
Hmm.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into the first opening question. It's the only opening
Mhm.
question. So let's and what is our own personal history with the Phantom of the Opera? Um, I'll go ahead and say I've never seen a full Phantom of the Opera film. I have not seen the play. I just kind of knew of the Phantom by what I can glean from ba basically trailers of the stage play and of the musical film.
Mhm.
I just kind of got a rough idea of who the Phantom was as a
Yeah.
character. From that, I knew there is a Raoul in every version, mostly, and there's a Christine in every version, and then there's an Eric slash Phantom in every version. In
Hmm.
my brain, he was a tragic figure. That's what I expected.
Hmm.
I expected it to be like I expected in every film to hate Raoul and to love Eric and feel sorry for Eric.
Yeah, it's
And
because we're monster fuckers,
yeah,
Misty. That's why. That I
that's not,
realized that too.
yeah, that is not how I came out of this experience. My thoughts were not what is real, but that I just wanted to say that's what I expected coming into
Mhm.
having never seen a version of any of these. These are all new to me.
Yeah. I had seen the Phantom of the Opera movie back in the day, the musical.
Hmm.
Um, when it came out, I was obsessed with it in high school. My friends and I
That tracks.
were ridiculous. That and Moulin Rouge, it was really, we were very annoying. And I've seen the musical on stage twice, and I'm actually going to see it again next year, I think.
Yeah, it goes back on
Um,
tour next year for the
yeah,
Oh,
first time in
does
a
it?
while.
Okay, well,
yeah,
I'm
it's
Yeah.
definitely
coming
catching it next
here.
year.
Yeah, yeah, you should. It's so
Hmm.
good. And it's always been one of those that I'm just like, it's fine, even though I was obsessed in high school.
Yeah.
I think like maybe I watched it too much that I got sick of it. So as an adult, I've always been like, yeah, it's good. And then I'll save my opinion of that until we talk about the movie.
Okay.
But the musical is just there's really nothing like it. And so this was my first viewing of all the others, including the original. And I agree, like I think I had a certain expectation of the Phantom because of the musical.
Hmm.
And it was very interesting to see all the iterations and how different it was.
Hmm. I fifth grade, I guess. You used to go walk around the video store, right? You go
Hmm.
walk around my local video store was Video King and walk around Video King, find this movie that look because I had already seen probably Dracula and Frankenstein by that point, you know. I wasn't big into horror when I was at like the fifth grade age, but you know, Dracula and Frankenstein were kind of like easy, smooth, digestible
Mhm.
fifth grade
Yeah.
horror monsters, right? And I found this other one with this dude on the cover with a mask, and I like dudes with masks. I like superheroes. I like Batman. I like dudes with masks. And so it was the 1943 Claude Rains Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
And I brought it home and I watched it and I really liked it. I thought it was good. which is surprising because when we talk about that movie, it is a slow burn. But then again,
Yeah,
so are Dracula and
that
so
is
are
true.
Dracula and Frankenstein. But what
Yeah.
probably elevated that movie for me, in hindsight, is Claude Rains. He's great in that movie, and we'll talk about that again more. And so I rented it several more times. And then in sixth grade, I remember I read the book for the first time. And I really enjoyed the book and realized, oh, this is a much different story than that movie that I've watched a bunch of times. And um, then at some point, one of my parents got me, the original Broadway cast recording on a double CD set, and I fell in love with that. And I went through an embarrassing stage of being a certain aged boy who had trouble getting dates, but also liked theater. And
Like our dear Henry Zabrowski.
a little
Also,
bit, yes, and I related a little bit too much to the wrong character in that story, um, which is embarrassing now, obviously. And yeah, and I've just always enjoyed it. I think it's an interesting story. And I own right now three copies of well, I'll talk about that later. Three copies of the novel. I've seen the stage play, the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, three or four times live, and I'll go again next year in Boston when it's on tour. Um, and yeah, I just it's one of my favorite stories. So
yeah, I can't wait to talk
that's my
about
history.
the book at the end because I tried to fit that in here and I just didn't have the
Same.
Hmm.
I
brain
had every
That's
space.
intention, and then my
yeah, no, but
time just,
yeah.
yeah, got away from me. I do want to say, so a friend of mine is a huge fan of Phantom, the musical,
Hmm.
and she went to New York a couple months ago and did this interactive masquerade
Ooh.
Hmm.
where you were basically, it was black tie only, and you were basically in the story of Phantom,
Oh,
and
that's
it
so
was
neat.
interactive.
Yeah,
And
that's all they're doing right now. When they closed it, I was appalled that they closed it. It had been there
mhm,
for, 30 years at that point, and I was like, wow, they actually closed that, and they haven't brought it back. They're just doing that
yeah,
interactive thing right now, and they're doing, like I said, tour next year. So,
that sounds really cool though. And she
yeah.
said tickets were, she told me how much she paid, and it was about what you would pay for like a good Broadway ticket,
Mhm.
like a decent
Wow.
one. So it's, in my opinion, it's, worth the price. Well, I mean, I didn't go, but you know what I mean. It sounds like it would be worth the price. That sounds really cool.
Okay, well, do we want to start with our first film since we have 8 to go through?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see why not.
Well,
You just want
that
to,
is why
me
we're
and
all here.
you switch off?
Sure, we could do that.
Okay.
We'll start with, why is it not going to the page? It is. My bad. We'll start with the original 1925 version, the silent film. It is titled Phantom of the Opera. It is an hour and 33 minutes long. Our synopsis is a mad, disfigured composer seeks love with a lovely young opera singer. I also want to mention quickly that I love that the synopsis is so different for every single one of these, which is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tagline is a million thrills to thrill millions, which is banger tagline. Love it. Our director, we have four of them. We have Rupert Julian, Lon Chaney, Ernst Lamy, and Edward Sedgwick. Was this a product of the silent film era, I'm assuming?
Um, Phantom of the Opera, this movie went through a lot of, I'm trying to bring up it went through a lot of different things. I'm not sure 1920, come on,
Like
1925, not
rewrites or,
1986. There we go.
different
It
versions?
no, it went through, it's sort of the thing of that era was there wasn't such a thing as a test screening back then. They just kind of put the movie out, and it didn't come out everywhere all at once. And so they would see like what it was like in the New York, and then they
Mm-hmm.
would maybe make a
Mhm.
couple changes to it, and then they would see what it was like in Chicago, and then maybe, so I'm guessing that that's maybe why this worked out this way.
That's
I
interesting.
would call yeah, I would call Rupert Julian the main director, and
Mm-hmm.
probably the rest of the people had some input later, would be my
Okay.
guess.
Okay. That makes
But
sense.
there are, yeah, there's it's weird. There's so many different versions. The fact that we can even watch this movie at all is kind of a minor miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of films from that time just didn't survive. There's literally an entire Lon Chaney film called London After Midnight that just you can't watch anymore.
Wow.
It just nowhere. And so this film went through, like, there's a hour and a half version, there's an hour and 15-minute version. There's it got chopped all up as it went around the country and played in different theaters, and they tinkered with different things about it. And I recently watched a version not super long ago. They kind of rediscovered some missing footage
Hmm.
from it, but that was on an
Ooh.
entirely different film stock,
Yeah.
and they had a lot of trouble restoring. It doesn't look, the segments that were originally cut look pretty bad. I don't think they're worth anybody seeking out
Hmm.
necessarily, unless you're
Like a
really
diehard
curious.
fan. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
and they don't really have like a huge bearing on the plot either. From memory, it's mostly a ballet scene.
Oh, yeah.
But it
We
was
had
just
enough of that.
interesting to see. Yeah, but it was just interesting to see because it was, it was 100 years old, and everybody thought it was gone, and then
Yeah.
somebody found it and went, here it is. And that's mostly why it was interesting to see.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, yeah, I feel like that's been happening every year recently. Lost footage is suddenly found. Like some of the Doctor Who like missing episodes just like
Mhm.
showed up at someone's house.
People used to not care, and they
Yeah.
would put it in, like, throw it in bins in storage somewhere. They'd find, the old Doctor Who was on like old, I can't remember what some of they were on, like
Yeah.
some film stock, and they
And it
were,
was expensive and they
yeah.
had to reuse it, so they would tape over the fucking episodes.
Oh yeah, they were on tape. That was it.
Yeah.
They were on tape, so
So
they
they
taped
so
over a
they're
lot of them.
100% lost forever. They were not
Yeah.
digitized, so they're gone. So sad.
Yeah, and that's part of my rant about, guys, physical media is really important.
It
I agree.
is.
Fully agree. Thankfully, it's becoming popular again because of,
It
shithead
Yep.
companies.
is.
So,
Well, I
Yep.
have two of these movies on DVD that I
yeah, as a
got from
matter of
eBay.
fact, two of them were only available in physical media that we had to
Hmm.
purchase on eBay because they were not available online anywhere to
Yeah.
watch or rent or purchase. We had to order
Yep.
one of these
Yeah.
discs from South Korea. So thank you, individual in South Korea who had this for sale
And
on
you know
eBay
what?
for $4.
Let's give ourselves a pat on the back, Misty, because we decided to do this back in May.
Yes.
And normally I feel like this would be something that we decided to do right before one of us left on vacation,
Uh,
hoping it would get here.
yes, we
So well done
planned way
us.
ahead of time and order our movies way ahead of time. So good for us.
Yeah.
Um,
Good for us.
our notable
Never gonna happen
cast.
again.
I know. We have Lon Chaney, who plays the Phantom.
Hmm.
He was also in The Hunchback of Notre Dame in 1923. I have a little quick list of facts about him in a minute that we can talk
Mm.
about. He's a big deal, so we can talk about him a little bit. We have Mary Philbin,
Yes.
who plays Christine. She was also in The Man Who Laughs. I didn't write down what year that came in, but that was also a silent film, I believe. I don't think that was a talkie. And then we have Norman Carey, who plays Raoul. Um, I don't know anything else that he's in. I am out of my depth when it comes to silent
Mm.
movie stars. I have not seen a whole lot of silent films, so
I mostly am too, but Yeah.
But I know of The Man Who Laughs, and I know most people, that was kind of the inspiration for the look of the Joker, correct?
But that wasn't Lon Chaney.
No, no, no. Mary Philbin, who plays Christine,
Oh,
is in The
sorry.
Man Who
Yes, Mary
Laughs. Yeah,
Philbin.
yeah,
Yep. Sorry, I
yeah.
I blanked. Yep, my bad. Yes, it was. Yeah, the Man Who Laughs. If you just Google the Man Who Laughs silent film, it's just 100% the Joker.
And it's
So
terrifying. He's so scary.
it's really unsettling.
Yes.
It's really creepy to look at.
So just for a moment,
Sad movie though. That guy's actually a tragic.
who was it? What's his
Sorry,
name?
I was just gonna say sad movie though. That guy. Um, the character in
Uh,
The Man Who Laughs, I can't remember
or the
off the top of my
actor.
head.
I might not be familiar with him. I thought I was familiar with the actor who plays.
I'm looking real quick.
Thank you for being our personal
That
researcher.
was
Yeah,
that's
I
okay.
was trying to find a picture of
It
him.
is Conrad Veidt is his
Okay.
name.
No, never mind. I lied.
Conrad Veidt. Yeah.
Not familiar.
My computer doesn't like me multitasking.
Oh,
No.
he's so creepy
I
looking. I
know.
brought the picture
I'm
up
not
of him.
even
He's
pulling it up
so
because I don't want to look at that right now.
it's it's so unsettling.
Kendall, I'll text one to
Anyway,
you. Or if you're looking for it on your
Yeah.
phone. I just
what
wanted
are
to
you
talk a
looking for,
minute.
Kendall?
She's looking for a picture of the man
Oh,
she's
I don't
can't
like
multi
it.
yeah. It's real creepy.
I'll put it in the chat for you, Kendall.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
The
Sorry.
legend that is Lon Chaney. I just wanted to briefly go over. I don't want to talk about this movie without talking about Lon Chaney for a second. He
Yes.
is a pioneer in film period, but especially film makeup. Um, I'm just gonna shoot out some fun facts about Lon Chaney quick. He was a child of deaf parents. He would have been Dracula instead of Bella had he lived long enough to do so, but he passed away before Dracula was filmed. He was
Wow.
extremely private. He didn't allow the public to see him on film without his movie makeup. He was a pioneer of practical effects, makeup effects. He carried around his own kit in a little briefcase, and you can still see his kit at the LA Natural History Museum. I included a picture in case anyone's curious.
I
Outside of
love that you
being,
did that.
yeah, I wanted to go back when we were over there, and I didn't. I was gonna go see if I could see it again though. Outside of being a horror actor, Lon was also an accomplished dancer, singer, and comedian. Quadruple threat.
Yeah,
Wow.
he had one speaking role in his life. And yeah, he didn't make it to Dracula, which is too bad. I think he would well, not too bad necessarily because I love what
Yeah, we would have had Bella, but
yeah.
he would have made. I think he would have made a great
It
Dracula.
would have been, yeah, agreed.
He
Would
didn't
have been
make it
great.
because he unfortunately died of lung cancer at the age of 47. But his
Wow.
son, Lon Chaney Jr., also went on to be a Hollywood legend himself. And we will talk about Lon Chaney Jr. when we talk about another Universal monster, probably like 7 years from now, but we'll get there.
If I have my way,
It'll
it'll
be
be
next
scary.
year. Yeah, so that's just Lon Chaney. I just wanted to spotlight him for a minute because he's very important.
Yes.
So the Phantom of the Opera, in its essence, is a story of a phantom who haunts a
Mm-hmm.
opera house, the Paris Opera House. Um,
Mhm.
he's a bit of a prankster, I guess. He's also a bit of a murderer. He
It
pitches a
kind of
fit when he
depends on
doesn't
what
get
movie
his
you're
way.
watching.
I'm sorry.
Kind of depends on what movie you're watching, if
True.
he's a prankster or a
Yeah.
murderer.
Well, we're talking yeah, but in this one, yeah, he's there and they don't really explain necessarily why he's there in this movie 100%. The
Mm-hmm.
cop character um does mention that he's, been in uh mental care in an asylum, which back in the 20s would have been horrific.
Yeah.
Can't
Um,
imagine. Yeah, so that is
Yeah.
the lore for this version is that he is an escaped asylum patient. This
I
changes
really
in
love
every
that.
single version that we watch. The lore is different.
and
Um,
Yeah.
he basically lives there because he loves music
okay.
and he can be kind of king there, right? They
Hmm.
don't necessarily you just kind of have to glean it because again, it's a silent movie. There's
Yeah.
not a ton of exposition
Yeah, not a lot of
and dialogue.
context.
So
You just kind of
And no opera singing,
thank God.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, there is no,
no,
well,
there's no.
what okay, so the audio track in real time in 1925 when this was released, there would have been a live
There would have been
orchestra
somebody
or a
playing. There would have
live
been a
music
piano
group or
play. There
piano.
would have
Yeah.
yeah, there would have been live music in the theater. There and uh, uh studios often had um preferred music that they would send to the theater with the film
Hmm.
to play with the movie. But I don't 100% know it, but they didn't have to play the music that was
Hmm.
sent with the film. They could have played their own music. Um,
That's
and
funny to think. I'm just imagining someone like freestyling on like
yeah,
a
yeah,
banjo
or
or
they could have
something.
yeah, or they could have watched it first and picked pieces that they liked, stuff like that,
Yeah, but what if they didn't have a piano? I mean,
Um, yeah, and so
Spoon Man.
the versions that are around now, I honestly couldn't tell you anything about. I know in 1929 they reissued it with synchronized score and sound effect tracks, but I don't think
I
that
see, that's
version.
what I thought I was kind of going to be because I watched this on Tubi. Tubi
Yeah.
has two versions. One has more orchestra sounding, like it sounds like a
Hmm.
full orchestra maybe playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pleasant to hear. And then there's another version that just has this like kooky, terrible, it's terrible. And of course, that's the one I watched.
No.
It's like weird, kooky. I don't know how to explain this music. It sounds fucking silly. And I
I'm gonna have to
just
go watch it because that's the thing. This movie's in the public domain, right?
hmm
It's 101 years old this year. It's
Crazy.
anybody can release it, and
yes.
so there's versions just
Wild.
out there in the wild online now with whatever score anybody wants to put
Right.
on it. I
Well, that
have
was
the
my other
Blu-ray.
oh, what's on the
Yeah,
Blu-ray?
it's just a very nice orchestral
Mhm.
score.
Oh,
See,
I
that
don't
sounds
know,
lovely.
I just
you
happened
know,
to roll the dice incorrectly and pick the
crazy.
worst
I didn't know.
version.
So weird.
And I, I loved watching the movie, but like the sound took me out of it because what was my note? This
Yeah,
movie is
that's
I
beautiful, but the
watched
music is killing me.
I watched the same version you did, I believe, Misty. It
It's
was
like, how
definitely
would you describe the
kooky and it
music? I
definitely
don't,
brought me
it's like chaotic and like kind of
it's
circusy at some points.
so the movie is haunting and it's supposed to be beautiful and it's
Hmm.
supposed to be, scary, but the music was like, like when you
Like you're at the
see a
I
county
movie and
have
fair.
to
they're watching a
I
like silent and they're
my
like running
God.
after each other or
Yes,
something really cheesy. That's
like a
kind of
Tom and Jerry cartoon-ish. I don't,
No.
yeah,
I
I'm
have to go
explaining this
watch
badly.
this.
Yeah, go
No, I
listen.
no, I believe no, I believe you, but I have to see because that is again, that's the silent movie thing now is most of them are old enough now that you're not going to have a single standard version with a single score and
Yeah, we
that's
just picked
weird.
the
I'm
bad one.
curious. Maybe yeah,
Well,
I guess so,
I
but that's
know.
unfortunate because if you watch one of the things about this movie watching it is like I can't get over the fact most of the time that except for some of the shots being out of focus and
Hmm.
whatnot. Beyond that, like it's 100 years old and it looks amazing in a lot of the
Yeah, it's a
Really
shots.
well put
does.
together film. Like it is
Yeah.
a
Like
lot of beautiful shots
built
in it.
they built all those sets, you know, and it's crazy. And Lon Chaney put his body through all kinds of crazy shit to
did.
look like that in the movie. He put wire prongs in his nose, pulled it back with wire, put putty over the wire, and like suffered. And may or may not, I've read that he may or may not have put loops around his eyes to make his eyes look more like
Probably.
buggy. And
For the love of the
he
game.
definitely did a lot of makeup and wore a bald cap and false teeth.
It's
But
incredible.
The
I
makeup's
looked at it.
incredible.
I
I
got a
mean, this is
picture
the
pulled up of
Phantom
him.
that I knew of before going into this. That's what the
well, and
Phantom looks like.
it's what he's supposed to look like based on
The
um
description from the
the
original
description
book,
from the
correct?
novel.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what he's supposed to look like. He's described as having a death's head and almost no nose, you
Yeah, like
know,
a
Yeah,
and
that's pretty
very
skeleton,
on
like a
point.
skull almost. He's
yeah,
supposed to be, you're
yeah.
not supposed to want to look at him or can't look
So
at
it's
him.
not
He's
supposed to
so
be
No.
a hot
hideous.
guy with a couple burns.
No,
Or a half mask. The
he's
half
just
mask kills me.
Eric says of himself in the novel, his father never saw him, and his mother like wouldn't look at him, wouldn't hug him, wouldn't kiss him.
That's
Like
terrible.
she put his very first mask on him because she didn't want to look at
Oh
him.
my God, that's
Like
so sad.
he's yeah, it is. He's you were talking, Misty, about he's this weird character where he's a monster,
Mm-hmm.
but he was made that way by the fact that he was born deformed. Like
Yes.
he
Like the
was
penguin
Mm-hmm.
in Tim
Oh my
Burton's
God,
Batman
it is the
Backyard.
a little
penguin
bit, yeah, kind
in
of
the
in the Tim
sewer,
Burton Batman.
raised by
Well,
penguins instead of rats.
we'll talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit when we talk about Dario Argento. Um,
Surely.
but yeah,
Yeah.
he's it, he was, according to the novel, he was born that way, and you know he was ignored basically. His
Mm-hmm.
mother like didn't drown him in a well, but she, you know,
She
didn't
probably should
really
have.
take care of him. Yeah. And
Just saying.
he traveled the world, and the thing about him is
Uh,
he's a genius. He's a
yeah.
musical he's
Yeah.
a self-taught polymath genius. Like he helped build the opera house.
It's so interesting
Specifically,
because
yeah.
some of these versions, one in particular, I feel really like portrays him in that all of these things you just described from the book, I feel like one particular version
Mhm.
really nails it. And some
Yeah.
other ones are just
Mhm.
like, Jesus Christ, he's just a stupid, like, I
Mhm.
don't know,
Yeah.
Well,
obsessed,
yeah,
like cretin.
yeah. I don't have too many more notes about this version. Like I think it's a great film. So, I
Oh,
mean, we
yeah,
can talk about other ones
it's
any
So
yeah.
I actually Matt even brought this up because I guess you saw my letterbox score because I had originally not enjoyed it as much because I'm just not a silent film person.
mhm,
Yeah.
But it has
understandable.
stuck in my brain ever since. And now that I know there's a version out there that has better music, that's
Mm.
cool too.
Mhm.
I also wanted to
But
mention there
I
is a
love this.
synthwave version also on Tubi,
Oh my God.
which I popped on before after I saw your note. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go look and see if there's another something better. And synthwave
That's
is
so
one of
funny.
my favorite types of music, and I was like, oh, this is way better.
Mhm.
So
The other
yeah.
thing well, and the one other, Kendall, you can continue, but the one other thing I really wanted to bring up real quick was also this has a whole full color segment from 1925 when they didn't have color film.
What segment was in full color?
Mask of the Red Death.
Oh, yes, God, his costume was, oh, of all the films that had him in costume for that ball, this is the fucking, oh my
Mhm.
God. It is
I
so,
That
agree.
Red Death costume is
oh,
banging.
I don't,
Um,
it is so rich and, oh, I want to bite it. So good.
and the makeup for the Phantom was super secretive, and he didn't want anyone seeing it before the film came out. Like he
Nope.
was very made sure not to be photographed in it. He didn't want anyone to see it. And I love that because it is so creepy and so perfect. We've already talked about
It's
it,
so
but
hard to it's hard to look at. Like it should be.
I
Like it
was
is
trying
hard
to
to look at his
share it,
face.
but I can't do anything on my computer. It gets mad.
Oh, like share your screen.
Yeah, yeah,
I probably should have prepared
it's
as
fine.
well.
It's fine. It's fine.
So you were saying though about the film sticking with you, Kendall.
Yeah, I loved it. It just grew on me, and um I changed my ranking on it a couple times.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I understand. No, I understand. Like I understand when I tell people in the year 2026 you should watch this movie. I understand I'm asking them for a big lift on this one because
It's hard because the
it
way we
is.
watched movies changed when the talkies came out. Like it is, you have
Yeah.
to change the way you
Just say the
view a silent
talkies.
film.
Yeah, that's what they called them when they
Really?
first came out, were talkies. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Well,
Well, and
they well the movies
the way people
also dumb.
well, and also the way people act, and these
Yes.
people were stage actors.
Hmm.
They didn't know how to, I mean, not that they didn't know how to act for a camera, but at the same time they didn't know how to act for a camera.
Yeah,
Everything they
exactly.
do, because they can't speak and they are used to acting for the back row,
Hmm.
everything they do is large.
Yeah.
Christine is
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
throwing her hands
exaggerated.
up and big.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's very exaggerated because they like I said, they can't speak, and these are people, they had to play for the back row before there was a camera in front of them.
Hmm.
So they weren't used to subtle camera being in your face acting yet. So
Good thing for that.
Are we ready to talk about our
Yeah.
next one?
Let's go to the
Yep.
next.
Okay. So our next one is from 1943. It is an hour and 32 minutes. Synopsis: an acid scarred composer rises from Paris sewers to boost his favorite opera understudy's career. Tagline: in flaming technicolor.
Flaming.
Director: Arthur Lubin. He did 131 episodes of Mr. Ed and The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Notable cast: we have Nelson Eddy as Ant-
Anatole?
Anatole Garin,
Anatole
Susanna,
Garon.
thank you, Susanna Foster as Christine, and Edgar Barrier as Raoul.
And
Oh,
Who else?
the Phantom, our dear friend who I mentioned earlier.
That's right.
He is, yeah, he is a fantastic actor. You may know him from The Invisible Man. I know you both liked The Invisible Man just so much. It was one of your favorites, right?
Invisible Man is an
actually never
asshole.
watched the original version, but
Oh,
Mitzi read
really?
the book
Hate him.
Oh,
and
okay.
hated it.
Okay.
Hate him with my whole soul.
Well, I am of course talking about Claude Rains.
Yeah.
Claude Rains as the Phantom, who is very different in this version. And for
Yeah, it's
some
the
reason
touch,
in
huh?
this Yeah, and for some reason in this one they felt the name to change Christine's last name from Daye to Dubois. But okay.
She's had a couple last name changes.
She has
Yeah.
because she's Swedish, correct? Because her dad is a
Yep.
Swedish composer, and so they made her French in this
Yes.
one. Maybe they because Eric is also
Yes,
spelled
Dubois.
in the fancy French way. Maybe
It's
they were trying.
Erik.
Yeah, so maybe no,
This
you're
one's,
IQUE for this one.
yeah,
Oh,
Um,
okay. I didn't know that.
yeah,
Erik.
yeah.
Eric.
So I guess they wanted everyone to be French in France. I don't know. I
Must
guess
be.
it doesn't matter. So many things change. It doesn't, I guess, doesn't really matter as long as they're keeping the core of the story, maybe. But like for this one, they didn't keep the core of the story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
It's
And
very, very different.
this book has been very straight away from. And when you're making an adaptation, if you want to make changes, go for it. It's
Hmm.
adaptation.
Of course,
Film is
yes.
different, but you have to keep kind of the central idea of the story. And if they think the central idea of the story is man in a mask hangs out in an opera house and likes this girl, then I guess they did
That's what I
that.
thought it was, having
So,
never
yeah,
seen or
what
read
is the
it.
story then, Matt?
Yeah,
Tell
what's
us.
the core of the Phantom of the Opera?
Well, the actual book, I mean, I guess if you want to be real basic, that is the story. And it's actually it's weird. It's almost written as a true crime novel.
Hmm.
In a lot of ways. Sorry, I have something in my mouth and it's there, I got it. I had like a hair or something
I
on
was
my
gonna say it's
tongue. It was
probably a
really
cat hair,
bothering me.
right? It's
Yeah,
not
I
from your
think it was a
head.
cat hair. So it's written as like because Gaston Leroux was a reporter, and
Ah,
he
okay.
also before the Phantom of the Opera, he wrote detective stories.
Oh,
Hmm.
So
natural
he
progression.
yeah, so he kind of wrote this book as like there had been the what I read in my intro with the opera ghost really existed, yada yada yada. That was pretty much word for word the opening of the book. It's the idea is he discovered all these papers and interviewed all these people and found out and crew doing work in the opera house found the Phantom's skeleton, found Eric's skeleton. And so Gaston Leroux wrote this book recounting the story. And for most of the story, it's kind of a mystery story. Like, is this person real?
Hmm.
What's going on here? Who is this person? And he's not present much until almost three-quarters of the way through the like he's present, but not
Yeah.
present.
Well,
Yeah.
He's
like
No,
theaters are
yeah.
superstitious places, right? Like
Yeah.
I've done no theater in my entire life, but I just know from
Oh yeah, yeah.
hearsay, theater is superstitious. Like there are phantoms and ghosts in most theaters, people believe. So mishaps
Mhm.
happening, being blamed on a phantom is not
Yeah.
like an unusual thing. And that I think that's what everyone kind of like blames it on, like, oh yeah, sure, the phantom. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
ghosts of the
But
theater.
Yeah.
but a lot of it also comes back to like he's this guy, he lives there because he has nowhere else to be in
Right.
Yeah.
society. The rest of the world has pushed him out his entire life. The only place he ever found acceptance in the novel was in like I guess now Persia. What is the modern? Is
Oh,
that Iran now? Somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna say
maybe.
Persia because I believe it's Iran now. But there was a Shah there that he built a temple for, and the princess there delighted in torturing people, and that's where Eric learned to torture people because it
Oh
helped
God.
keep him alive that he amused the princess because when he was done building the palace with all its fun secret hidey holes and traps and everything that the king really liked, the king wanted to kill Eric, but the princess thought he was entertaining because the king wanted to be the only one left in the world who knew all the secrets of his own palace.
Very Game of
And
Thrones.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but the princess found him amusing, and that's where he learned to like strangle people and torture people. In the
I
1925
don't know why
version,
that's
he
so
has
funny to me. Where
yeah,
you learn to
it's
strangle
in the it's
people.
yeah, no, it's they call it the Punjab lasso, which is why I said keep your hand at the level of your eye.
Yeah.
It's something a
Mm-hmm.
character says to Raoul because it's if you keep your hand here, you can't have a
He,
rope thrown around
right.
your neck and be strangled to death. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so this 1943 version is here's this composer who someone is stealing his original work and has
Hmm.
acid thrown in his face and goes crazy because of it, which is
Right.
slightly different than I spent my entire life with society thinking I was a monster simply
Slightly
because I was
different.
born with. Yeah.
I like the origin story part of it, even though this was like pretty slow
Yeah.
I
as
feel
far
like
as
they really just wanted to
Phantom
focus on
story.
the romance of Christine
Hmm.
and the Comte and Raoul.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
This
threw in a third.
love triangle. And
Mhm.
then so the Phantom was just even more of a afterthought. Like, not that he's an afterthought in the
Yeah.
story; it's named after him, but like the he. I think one
Hmm.
of the notes on this one is no, it was another movie. Am I crazy for thinking the Phantom should be around more often? Like, he's not, as you said,
Yeah.
he's doesn't show up until much later in the story. And I feel like in this one, he's even in it like less. And this feels
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
least Phantom of the
It
Phantom of the Op.
does.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful movie. The Technicolor is gorgeous.
Oh, it's
Love
I
that.
gorgeous.
love
I
I
loved
love
it.
Kendall's note. Technicolor is fucking dope.
It is. It was
I
so
know,
pretty.
but no, but you're right. This movie is gorgeous to look
Mhm.
at. It's just
It
it's
was.
slow.
It's
It really is.
slow
It
and
was
it's
slow, but I still like enjoyed it in a weird
mhm.
Yeah.
way. But like, it's
It's
lower
like
on my
watching
ranking.
Gone with the Wind or something. Like I'm
Hmm.
watching
Yes.
this like it's just a romance and not the
Yeah.
Phantom. It's not the Phantom's
Yeah.
not involved in the romance. It's this
Which
silly these two men are having a diva off the whole movie
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
diva,
win
diva,
Christine.
diva.
Like
Nelson Eddy was a big deal at the time, so I think that's part of he was one
that
of the
makes
big stars of
sense.
the time. I think that's why that character is there, period. Would
That
be my
makes sense.
guess.
I mean, that still happens to this
And
day.
we
Yeah.
So,
we can talk about it when we talk about all like when we're done talking about all eight. But I just really love how different these movies are in
yeah.
so many ways. I mean, we're talking not like what 80 years, I want to say from 1925 to 2004, 80 years of movies.
And I will
Hmm.
And
say, we watched 8 films, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get burnt out on the. And I did not. I enjoyed
No.
every film as its own thing and looked forward to
yeah,
the next one.
yeah, I did too actually. But yeah,
Oh,
this
I'm
one was
glad.
just, it's all right.
Yeah, it's like I said,
I
the
love
least
knowing that
Phantom of the
this
bunch.
was Yeah, I love knowing this was Matt's like first that he ever
Hmm.
Yeah,
watched.
That is
it
kind of
was.
funny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Next up in the rotation, we are uh fast forwarding to 1962. This version is an hour and 24 minutes. Our synopsis is an acid-scarred composer has his dwarf helper bring an opera singer
So weird.
to his London sewer hideout. Our tagline is out of the hellfire of horror, unimaginable, rises the figure of terror incarnate, doing too
Mm,
much in that
yeah.
tagline. Our director is Terrence Fisher. He also directed Dracula, Prince of Darkness, The Mummy. In total, he directed 29 films for Hammer. This is a Hammer film,
Hmm.
which, if you're a horror fan, you probably know what that conjures. Um,
Explain that.
Hammer films have, just like we just did our trauma episode, when you hear trauma has produced or distributed a movie, you know exactly what you're gonna see. Same with Hammer. It's, well, to
Yeah.
use a stupid word because it sounds the same, they're hammy. They're like a little
Cheesy?
not yeah, maybe cheesy. There's a word that
Yeah,
I'm not
they are.
like
I'm not grasping on the right word either, but basically what they started doing was they started out by kind of remaking all of the Universal monster films. They
yeah.
have their own Dracula, their own
Hmm.
Frankenstein, their own Phantom of the. They're
It's
Dracula films. They have so many of them.
there's
They're all the ones with
tons.
Christopher Lee. If you
They're
see a
and they're
Christopher Lee
great.
Dracula film, Their Dracula films are great.
They're not. It's not exactly. It's not exploitation, but like more risque, but not risk. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but they are just
They
more.
are the especially as they got into the 70s, like
Hmm.
Yeah.
in the 60s, once they started getting into the 70s, like you can watch a 70s Hammer film and know what we're talking about. They
Yeah,
just have,
it's like the rock and
yeah,
roll
it,
version of all the
yeah, little
Universal
je ne sais
monsters.
quoi,
Yeah,
little
that's
je ne sais
it.
quoi.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
it's just got a little something.
I am
Yeah.
Um,
not having a great memory of this movie. I
I,
know I watched
honestly,
it.
I'm not either. I confessed to Kendall earlier today. This is one I don't own, and I have seen it, but I went to rewatch it for this podcast, and I was
mhm,
like, oh shit, I don't have it, and it's only available to rent.
mhm.
And I am currently so poor, my options were rent a movie or have enough gas to get to work.
I
So I
vote for the
didn't re-rent
gas.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't rent this one, so I'm kind of going off memory. I remember Michael Goff being in it. He was Alfred in Batman.
Oh, that's
Um,
right. Yeah, I didn't write him in the cast list. The
I
only two cast members that I mentioned were Christine and the Phantom. We have I'm sure it's pronounced Abair and not Herbert Lom.
no, it's Herbert.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
He was
It's
he
her.
was he's English. It's
Oh,
Herbert.
okay. Never mind. Herbert.
Yep.
Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert Lom, who plays the Phantom. He was in The Dead Zone and Count Dracula 1970. And then we have
Good
Heather
movie.
Sears, yeah, who plays Christine. And Michael Goth, you said?
Michael Goff. Yep. From
Alfred.
he's Alfred in the two Michael Keaton Batman movies, and then the two that were directed by um 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 we're talking about him tonight too. Holy crap, I just had a complete brain fart.
We are, aren't we?
It's
We're
normal.
having problems tonight.
Look, it's fine.
Look,
Joel
What is new?
Schumacher.
we're
Oh,
making him dumber, Misty.
uh,
No,
We're so
we are
sorry,
sorry.
Matt.
no, I'm this dumb naturally.
Well, you're in good company.
Anyway,
So I was excited that it was a Hammer film. I went in, I was like, "Oh, a Hammer film." What the fuck? It's not. I hated Christine in this. She was extremely
Yeah.
obnoxious. I can't
mhm.
remember. I'm having trouble remembering why I hated her. I think she was kind of bratty, maybe. I don't know. Didn't
This
She
is
is
like
a
just
her.
a
little bit in this
forgettable
one.
movie, apparently, because
It is
none of us
forgettable, and
can't
I know
remember.
I said that when I made my ranking, I did it. The spirit led me, and I did it. As soon as I saw the movie, I might move this one because revisiting this is not bringing up good memories. And this is where I made the note. Am I crazy in expecting to see more of the Phantom in these movies? So he must be extremely like spare in this one.
Yeah, he is. And on film, you probably should have him there more because it is
Hmm.
called The Phantom of the Opera. But
Which, yeah, that's what I was
um,
expecting.
yeah, in like I said, in the novel, they talk about him a lot, but he's not an on-screen quote unquote character for a lot of the times. There's a great scene in the novel where he just randomly is sitting at a dinner party that the managers are throwing, and nobody comments on the fact that he's there because everybody thinks he was invited by somebody else,
Oh,
and they don't.
interesting.
I love
So,
that.
okay, so in all of these versions, I think they do the opera changes hands and it's bought by a duo, um,
Yeah,
who are told about the Phantom. So
yeah,
the previous owner knows that there is a real Phantom,
yeah,
correct? So
yeah.
he's known to
Yeah,
be around. He just is allowed to do
Well,
his little
that's
silly
just something
things.
that's weird to me is that he's so known
well,
here
well,
Yeah.
let's talk
and they
about
let him do everything.
Well, let's talk about that. He sits in box five.
Right. Yes,
He
that's
doesn't.
right.
He doesn't really sit there. He is a ventriloquist, and he sort of. Well,
In
it's
some
never
of
shown.
these, he's also like telepathic, but
Yeah. They never show it in the films. They should. There's a way for him to get in and out of box 5 without being seen. He does sit there but when he wants something, he'll call Madame Giry, the box keeper, and she will come, and he sits there, and he doesn't sit there. He talks to her, but there's nobody there. But she can hear him talk, and he'll say, "Can you bring me a program?" One time he brought a date, and he said, he brought a date, and he said, "Can you
That's
bring my date a
so
footstool?" Um,
interesting. And
and
this
so she
happened in the
brought a
book.
footstool, and yes.
Where did he find a date? The sewer?
Well, there may not
Well,
have been a date. He said he brought a date, and
Gotcha.
that his date wanted a footstool.
Oh, his
But then other
girlfriend,
people,
she doesn't go here.
oh,
hmm,
it's
She lives in
it,
Canada.
she's also invisible. Oh, that's funny.
her name is
George
her last
Tropicana.
George Glass.
George
George Glass.
Glass.
Georgia Glass.
George
Or
Tropicana.
depending on which iteration of this movie we're watching, it could just be a hooker.
Yeah,
Could be.
that's true. But yeah, he's around. Joseph Bouquet has seen him. The chorus girls occasionally see the ballet girls people see him, and he demands his salary, his allowance from the
That's
managers.
hilarious.
Which
Um,
he will kill people if they don't. So, I mean, it's just a weird, like, hostage situation. Like,
yes.
he did learn how to strangle people. So he will strangle them if he's not paid a salary for doing what? I don't know.
He starts, by
it's a
he
ransom.
does, well, yeah, but he has to go buy his groceries and stuff.
Is he cook down there? Has he got
I've
a stove?
never
Gotta
thought about
eat.
him actually
Me
eating
He's
neither.
gotta eat.
ever until now,
He
Well, he's
Matt.
not a real
decorates his
ghost.
room with
I
like
mean, I
a
know he's
billion
not a real
candles and a gross bed, and everything's
I
wet
know
down
he's
there.
not a
He
real
sleeps in a
ghost, but
coffin.
I never
Does
thought
he?
of him actually eating
Yeah.
food.
He is a Discord mod. Like,
He
this
probably
gets
just eats
worse.
rats, like the city of
He
Westeros.
mentions at one
Yeah.
point in the book he has a very convincing mask that allows him to go to the market and look like,
Well, we did see that in one of our
yeah,
versions, so that's a
yes.
good
The mask in this is really fucking creepy. It reminds me of Jason's mask.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has like one eye
When it was
burned
just the
out in this
bag.
Mm-hmm.
in this Hammer version. The makeup's not great on
It's not
him, I
great. The
don't
mask is
think.
at least interesting, I guess. It's not like chic. Like in some of these, the mask is
No.
very
His
chic.
chic.
Yeah, this one is just fucking he found it in the garbage.
Well, yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like paper mache
Yeah, it's not very
it
good.
does.
I
versus
also
something he would, yeah.
there's
Oh, I
a
was
an
gonna say
Yeah, I
versus
have
opera.
it
something
pulled
you would
up.
find, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Something you would
there
find.
must be a delay somewhere. I think we're all
Yeah.
talking about each other. I think there must be a delay somewhere. I think we're all I was just gonna say it looks like it's made out of paper mache versus something he would actually find at, a classy opera house
Yeah.
putting on big deal productions.
Yeah. Or just like a what do you call
Little nose holes.
the dances with the masquerade mask.
Yep.
There is an opera sung in English in this movie, and it might be my kryptonite. And I think Kendall is of the same opinion. I am not a fan of opera. It
Oh,
doesn't,
this movie, I was, ooh, this is rough.
maybe like a baritone, like some, like maybe,
No,
but this soprano
Mm.
shit,
no.
can't stand it.
Sopranos are difficult.
And all of this is because of course we're focusing on Christine and the diva, what is her name? The one who's
La
Carlotta.
Carlotta.
yeah, she just my ears hurt. I don't like it. I don't like the way it sounds. I maybe I'm just not musically inclined like in my brain. It doesn't sound nice to me. I don't in none of these
Not a
versions.
Nightwish fan?
And not a what?
Not a Nightwish fan then, I
I
take it?
haven't seen Nightwish.
Oh no, Nightwish is a band.
Oh, I thought this was a movie. Then probably not.
Never heard of that. Mm-mm.
Is it like
They're
a 90s or 80s metal like hair band?
mm,
Because that's what it sounds like.
no, they're power metal, and
Yeah.
they have Well, they have had several different female lead vocalists, and she's very soprano.
I
Like Amy Lee, that kind
Yeah.
of
but
sense.
Amy Lee is enjoyable. I don't know.
No, she is.
She
I
might be more mezzo soprano.
Yeah.
I don't know the D&D
I think it
classes
I
of
think if
opera
I'm
singers.
I think if I'm remembering correctly, mezzo soprano is right beneath soprano, kind of like alto
So
versus
not
baritone.
as high, not as high of a
Yeah.
key.
I could
I
be I could be mixing those up, but
so like in none of these versions, when because I'm like, oh, Christine's supposed to be like the most beautiful singer in the whole fucking world, to for the Phantom to be obsessed with her, it has nothing to do with the fact that he's like an older man and she's a very, very young woman. Surely not. But in none of
No.
these versions did I hear Christine sing and I'm like, wow, amazing. My heart's aflutter.
mhm.
None of
Mm-mm.
them? Okay.
I
Hmm.
don't think so. I don't think I enjoyed.
Eric is supposed to be older than she is, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an
Yeah.
older man, and well,
And
in the
not sexy.
2004 version, she's 17, or the actress is 17.
Hmm.
Um, I again, I'm just not a music person. This is probably a me thing.
Hmm.
Not impressed with any of the opera
Opera's not
singing.
I mean, opera's not my favorite either, but I can appreciate, what's
Of
going
course,
on
I
with it.
appreciate the skill, yeah.
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 But there's
You
other
want to you
ways
want to
I
watch
choose
a
to spend my time.
you want to watch some really fun YouTube videos. This is completely There is a woman whose channel is called The Charismatic Voice. She spent her entire life not listening to pop music at all. No metal, no
Wow.
She was like bred and grew interest in classical music and became an opera singer professionally.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay. And her entire video is her entire channel is essentially her becoming a metalhead.
Oh.
oh, that's
It's
fascinating.
she starts listening to popular music and gets very interested in vocal techniques in
Mm-hmm.
popular music.
Oh, that
And
makes
through
sense.
that, really, really fell in love with metal to the point where, like, this year, she raised money to start doing like cameras of metal singers' voices so they can
Oh,
see
the vocal cords.
biologically
Oh,
what is
that's so
happening
cool.
in their it's her channel's so cute. She's just incredible.
Yeah,
The charismatic
opera
voice.
and metal are just on opposite ends of the
They are.
Hmm.
spectrum.
Very much
Yeah.
so.
But it's
Same
so
skill.
funny. Yeah, she loves it now.
And
It's
how old is
so
she
funny.
now?
Oh gosh, she's in her 40s, I
And so
believe.
she spent her whole entire life. And so she's just discovering it
Yeah,
now
yeah,
in
she
midlife, basically.
I
like
love that.
songs
Mm-hmm.
that you and I would hear it like she'd go, "Oh, I kind of recognize this from the grocery store,"
Oh,
kind of
Wow.
thing.
Yeah.
Like classic hits and
wow.
all the way up to like modern metal, just like stuff that she's like, "Oh, okay, I get that now. Like I think I recognize this a little bit from like the grocery store or from a TV
Fascinating.
commercial or yeah, it's wild.
That is.
It's like a
Yeah.
feral child almost, like
Kind of. Yeah, kind
reintegrating
of.
into society.
Yeah.
Um, okay, Kendall,
Okay.
please introduce our
That's
next one.
okay. So we found this gem. It
Yeah.
is an from 1988 and it is an animated film. It is
Yay!
1 hour.
I'm so
The
glad we put this in
synopsis.
the middle.
Me too. An animated version of Gaston Leroux's everlasting tale of the Phantom of the Opera. Tagline: Do you dare see behind his mask? Director Al Guest and Gene Matheson. Notable cast: we have Aidan Grinnell, who plays the Phantom, Colette Proctor, who is Christine, and Daniel Reardon, who is Raoul. This animation is so nostalgic to me. Like I
Yes.
remember watching these types of, like, they would be fairy tales,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
fairy tale versions of Disney movies that I know, like
Yeah. Like I had a cassette
Cinderella, The
that
Little
had like
Mermaid.
Pocahontas, Rapunzel, and some other
But like
random.
all the like bad versions,
Yes, it's
basically.
this weird ass
Yes.
animation.
I
Yes.
I have been dying to talk. Can we talk about the scene actually looking at the audience from the opera stage where it is looks like a bad children's drawing of an audience
I
where
love
you
it.
can I loved it though. I was
They were
like
like,
this
we have
all this
it has to be 1 hour. We have
mm-hmm.
$500, so make it
Yep.
happen. Like,
I it was it, everything about this is terrible,
yes.
except it's also great.
My first
Exactly.
note is this is
Exactly.
terrible. I love it. It reminds me of the Brack show. I don't know if y'all watched that
I don't know.
with a Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but also Kendall said this is
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Scooby-Doo. Yes, this is a Scooby-Doo movie. Like
I
the
think this
original
is slightly
Scooby-Doo.
even a step
Oh,
below
I think I did say
Scooby-Doo.
that. I
You did.
said this is Scooby Doo. I sure did.
Yeah,
'Cause
I don't,
you,
man, I recommend everyone go watch. It's only an hour
I had
long. Go watch this one.
I had never seen this, and I'm glad I have now. It's something. It's
I giggled for
surprisingly,
most of the hour.
yeah.
there's like no photos of it on IMDb either. I was trying to
Probably
get
for
one of
good
the
reason.
Phantom's face, but
Well, when
it's
I
really
started it on
scary.
YouTube, I started 3 different versions because every video starts with like a montage, and I'm like, am I watching the right
Yeah,
thing?
I thought the same
Same.
thing. Was it like it's almost like there's a trailer of the movie before the movie, I
Yep.
guess.
I feel like that
Yeah.
is of the era. I feel like they did that
It
with
shows you the
like
whole thing.
those TV. This was probably a TV movie. It was an hour long, and I feel like they did that with like Scooby Doo and shit. This is so
Mm-hmm.
Scooby Doo.
There is a scene where Eric is, I mean, we haven't really talked about this much, and it's kind of like the center of the story that Eric, the Phantom, becomes obsessed with Christine and is wants
Mm.
to replace her as like the prima donna of the opera.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's giving her private voice lessons, and he wants her to be the star of all. We don't know why really, but he's like super obsessed with her.
Because he loves her and thinks she's beautiful and he wants her to succeed. He thinks
He's
she has
so
a great
weird.
voice.
He's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. But
Hey,
in
I
this,
said it in the intro.
I know he's
Cellar
an incel.
dwelling. Yeah.
He
You
is
are
an
so correct.
incel.
So
But in the cartoon, there's a scene where he's like groveling and he's like rubbing her dress and like groaning, and it is the funny. I was laughing so he's like, like rubbing her dress.
It's
He's
so
so
uh,
weird.
fucking weird. Oh
he
my
is weird.
God.
But
Raul is dressed like Eric from The Little Mermaid,
and he
and he
has
has a butt chin.
I mean, I do
Like
too, so I can't say much,
not
but
like this,
no, no, not
but
like
had a
that. No,
butt.
no, no.
It was like, yeah,
God, I love this stupid
aggressive.
ass movie.
Raul ass face.
Yeah.
Ass face.
Um
Yeah, there's not much to say about this one, but
no, there's not, but
it's fun.
for only being about 45 minutes long, it's shockingly accurate.
It is.
There's lines of dialogue lifted directly out of the novel.
I
Isn't
love
that
that.
fascinating? And like the way that the story
Yeah.
progresses is very close to the way that the original, like the ending
Uh-huh.
with the
Yeah.
Phantom giving up Christine and letting her and Raoul escape. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, because
I
that's
kinda love
not
him in
something
this.
we've talked about. We've That's not something we've talked about either
No.
is it he you know he takes her and he wants her to be his wife,
Mhm.
right? And he even gives her an engagement ring, but he's like, you know what, as a sign that like you're not my prisoner, go ahead, go
I'm
back
not
to
making you stay here, but good luck finding a way out. Yeah.
well, no, he lets her out and she goes back to Raoul for about a week or so because he's
Mhm.
going to go I believe he's has to go off on a Navy ship to somewhere. I can't remember where. Um, but which is weird. I just read this not that long ago. My brain cell is gone too.
Aw,
But
man.
and he's like, well, but then you're gonna come back and you're never gonna see the the rest of the outside world again unless we like go to the market and whatever. But I want to live like a normal man. I want a wife. I want to stroll with my wife to the like I said, he says he goes, I have this mask that if I put it on and go out, no one's gonna know, and
Mm-hmm.
this and that. But then by the end, what ends up happening in the original story, this doesn't happen in the 1925 version. In the 1925 version, he gets chased by an angry mob and killed.
Mm-hmm.
But the original version is she kisses him on the forehead, and he gets so overcome with the fact that she even could bring herself to kiss him that he says, actually, you know what? Wow.
I'm good.
Go away,
Yeah.
live with Raul, and the only thing I want you to do for me is I'll make sure that you'll know when I'm dead so that you can come back and bury me.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
Wow.
there's a character in the novel named the Persian who he knew obviously when he lived in Persia, and the Persian gets word to Christine, and she goes back and she buries him.
I yeah, my favorite versions of these movies are the ones where he is kind of
Hmm.
redeemed in the end. Like
Me too.
I have sympathy for the fact that he has no idea what he's doing. Like in most of these versions,
Yeah.
he took care of himself since he was a child. He didn't have any friends, he didn't have any
Yeah.
parents. Like
Mhm.
he is the loneliest person on the planet. Um
Yeah.
and then, then there's the fact that he's also an extremely intelligent, and he has no one to talk to or like to share these things with. And so I can kind of like I sympathize with the fact that he latches on to this girl that he falls in love with. Um,
Hmm.
does he go about it the right way? No. But like, how does he
But
know? Like,
also,
he has
right,
no
but at the
idea.
same point, yeah, at the same point, he's lived a life that essentially has warped his brain. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he human beings need contact with other
Mm-hmm.
human beings,
Yeah.
and they need to learn how to be human beings, and he has none of there's this really sad experiment they did on monkeys
Mm-hmm.
where some monkeys got to stay with their actual mothers, and some monkeys got to hang out with a stuffed doll that had like bottles implanted in its chest so they could nurse. And the difference in how those monkeys turned out is like horrific because
And
the
then there
the
was
ones
the
that
other
didn't actually
experiment with the wire monkey body that had food, and then the soft monkey body that did not, and the babies kept going to the soft monkey body and
yeah,
dying
so
because they wanted
yeah,
comfort. It's terrible.
right. Yeah, it's so Eric's brain is probably as disfigured as his face,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
by the time we meet him. So like no, everything he does is absolutely wrong.
Yeah, but
Um
he doesn't
in
know that and would have no way to know
right.
that, I don't think.
But
Like, I'm sure he
that's what makes
observes
some of these
people. Like, he
sure.
observes, and he observes these operas, which are just
But he
stories.
doesn't interact. He doesn't
No.
have,
Yeah.
I think about like I work
Well, can
with
I give another
children.
I'll give another weird example. How many people do we know um including one person on this call who sort of understood rom-coms as guides to real life dating.
Oh, I have a
Yeah.
friend who
Why are
did.
you talking to me about me like I'm not here,
She's
Matt?
right
I'm talking
here,
about
Matt.
I
myself.
know. I know you are, but I was
I
also
have
I
a
know,
talking
friend.
to
but
you.
girls never actually mean no. Girls never actually mean no, guys. You just have to do like the exact right big romantic gesture, and suddenly she'll be interested in you, right? Like that's all guys know that. It's in the movies. It must be true. So, you know,
I had a
but
friend
that's
who
why some
went
of these
to the airport and forced a kiss. You know who I'm talking about. Forced a kiss
Yeah, I
on a
do.
girl that he was obsessed with and did not want, and I guess let him down too gently. And we had another terrible friend who encouraged him to go meet her at the airport before she moved away and kiss her in the airport.
I got a very
Forgot
severe
about
dressing
that.
down in college for some from a girl that ended up remaining my friend, but I needed that dressing down
Mm-hmm.
very badly at that point in my life, and
Yeah.
she was nicely not nice about it. Like,
Good for her.
I would have killed for big romantic gestures back in the day. Like I remember
From someone that
one
you're
of my
interested in
friends.
romantically,
Oh
not
yeah.
the guy that keeps trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, and you say no.
No, the airport thing was, oh God, I forgot about that.
But that's why some of these versions it's weird, and I do think it changes the story. Like the Technicolor one and the Hammer one. This is a dude who just had some like acid thrown in his face, and
Yeah.
like then
In his adult
like
life, like he lived his
in
whole
his
life and then he was disfigured.
sure,
Totally
sure,
different
and
from being not raised as a
like
deformed
now
child.
at 38, if I became horribly disfigured, I would not then relentlessly pursue somebody I thought was
But you
attractive, you
could,
know?
because you could just pull the phantom excuse,
I
apparently.
guess.
As
Yeah,
long as you got a
yeah,
sewer
I'm
to
sure that
drag her down into, you'll be
I'm
fine.
sure that would go over real well in court. Your Honor, I
Only
was
if they
just
catch you,
doing
Matt.
that's true. But yeah, this animated one, good time, good time.
Fantastic. Had a great time watching this one. Lovely. 10 out of
I
10.
did too. I'm really glad we found this when we
Me
were doing
too.
our
I'm
research.
so glad that
I
you
was,
found it.
yeah,
You were like, ooh, there's
I
an
did.
animated one.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to 1989.
Oh
The
boy.
following year. We haven't mentioned the ratings of any of these. I don't think they're even listed until now. Um,
Probably not.
but this one is is listed because it is rated R. This one is an hour and 33 minutes long. Our synopsis is a young soprano becomes the obsession of a horribly disfigured composer who has plans for those who oppose him or the young singer. The tagline is the final curtain is about to drop. Terrible.
God. Was that probably, it was probably a pun, wasn't it? Oh, the
Yeah,
puns
yeah.
in this
Yeah.
are just,
Well, look who our lead is. That will make sense in a minute. Our
yeah.
director is Dwight H. Little. He directed 23 episodes of Bones, 2 episodes of Dollhouse. He also directed Free Willy 2 and most relevant to this group here, Halloween 4, The
Yeah.
Return of Michael Myers.
Heck yeah.
Should
Mm.
have really been a clue for me. Um, but over that, my interest in this is the cast. Our Phantom in this version is Robert England, who you may know from
Yeah,
a
that was
little.
our draw for this
Yeah,
one.
you may know him from a little film franchise called Nightmare on Elm Street. We
And if
have
you're not familiar with Nightmare on Elm Street, stick around to Two Girls, One Crypt this October, where we talk about all those movies with our friend Jay from Film Strip Podcast. Go
Yay.
on.
we
Just a little
also
plug.
have Jill Sholin, who plays, I probably pronounced that incorrectly, who plays Christine. She was in The Stepfather,
Oh,
Babes in Toyland, and
God.
Popcorn. Uh,
I know her from Babes in Toyland, and she is not a good actress.
Toyland,
she's
I
not.
love
Toyland.
that movie as bad as it is. I with Keanu Reeves and
Yeah, I
Drew
forgot about that.
Barrymore. Oh,
Oh,
so
that is a
good.
bad movie, right?
It's so bad, but I loved it. She is a terrible actress.
Yeah,
Go
she
on.
didn't do too great in this one either. We have Alex Hyde White, who plays Richard Dutton. He was in Nope, Pretty Woman, Catch Me If You Can. We have Bill Nye, who plays Barton. Barton. You may know
Martin
him from.
Barton.
You may know him from Love Actually, Pirates of the Caribbean, or the Harry Potter saga. And then we have Molly Shannon, who plays Meg. You may know her
Mm,
from. Well, I know her from Wet Hot American Summer. You may know her from Superstar, SNL.
she's in lots of
She's
things.
in lots
Yeah.
of things. But Wet Hot American Summer is the one that matters the most. All right. I This is one of the discs that we had to buy because we can't find this movie anywhere. I
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, I own this now.
I have never watched a Robert Englund film that was not Nightmare on Elm Street that was good. Um he is a very accomplished stage actor. He is a very good actor, but I don't know why, he just ends up in movies that are not good. And this is not an
Well,
exception.
Bad.
look at what this movie is. Look at the year of it. It's
Yes.
1989.
Mm-hmm.
It, he also has another movie come out in 1989 that is from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I believe Nightmare 4 is that
Yeah, I don't
year.
remember.
I'm looking real quick. Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. No, excuse me. Number 5, The
Number
Dream
5,
Child.
Dream
Bad
Child.
movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, but at this point, they're going, let's see, that thing you're doing over there with Freddy Krueger, why don't you do that over
Look,
here
it's
in our
almost the
Phantom of
same.
the Opera?
You're a
It truly
deformed,
is.
burnt up man. Just come do your
Pervert.
come do your Kruger thing, pervert, over
Let's also
here.
make our, yeah, let's also make our Phantom of the Opera movie have time travel for
Okay,
no
so
apparent reason.
Okay.
And let's
this was
also base it on Faust.
yes, and this was the first one I
Yeah.
watched. I watched my discs first because I was leaving. I knew I was leaving for vacation in case I couldn't finish. I wanted to make sure I got the discs out of the way. I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna watch the Robert
Mhm.
Englund one first. This was my first Phantom of the Opera. And I was
Oh.
like, time travel? What?
Yeah. Which, it's funny because Christine, the actress, she hit her head in this and was transported back in time.
Like,
And in Babes in Toyland,
shut up.
Drew Barrymore hits her head and it's
Oh my
transported
god.
to Toyland.
I wish it
Well,
was that
Dorothy
easy.
hit her head and was transported to us.
It's that easy,
Okay,
you
yeah.
guys.
But
But yeah, the time hitting your head and traveling back in time is like, okay.
But she also absorbed like blood from the sheet music that the Phantom wrote, which was, I guess, the
Mhm.
actual catalyst. And none of this makes any sense. It doesn't
No,
matter.
and he's disfigured because part of his Faustian bargain to be this great composer is that his skin comes off and that he has to go around like Leatherface and get other people's skin and make his mask for his face
well,
out of others.
he like sews it, which
Hmm.
I thought was kind of a cool
It
effect.
is.
And then I realized that when he has that skin mask on, he just looks like Mrs. Doubtfire.
He does. He does. And you know what? And in theory, all of these things sound very interesting to me. And in
No, this
like
concept is so
the
interesting.
concept of the
It's
Phantom living forever because he made a deal with the devil and he is in
Mhm.
modern times. I love that.
I love that.
So why didn't it
Yes,
work?
everything about it should work. I said I really appreciated the vision here. The product just didn't hit. I
Mm,
like a little more of the fantasy. The time travel's interesting. There's a lot more gore and
yeah, I
murder,
loved
which I
that
did
too.
like. The Phantom was cheesy, not scary, creepy, and not mysterious. And the makeup looked like Mrs. Doubtfire. It felt more like an episode of Wishbone.
It does. Like a really gory
I
episode of
also
Wishbone.
said in the beginning, it reminded me of an episode of Buffy or Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, those two.
And the puns when he says
It's
you're
Freddy Krueger.
suspended and then he hangs
Yeah.
the
It's
guy, he
just Freddy
suspends
Krueger.
him.
Yeah.
They were
Can't.
like I said, they were like, come over here, do your Freddy Krueger thing.
Yeah.
That's selling gangbusters. Yeah.
Matt, I owe you a silent, I mean, not a silent apology, but I owe you an apology because silently in my head, I remember you were like, "Oh, it's bad. It's really bad." And in my head, I'm like, "It's not gonna be that bad. I'm gonna like it. It's fine." Because we have different
We
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bad
tastes.
things.
And I was like, "No, it's fine." This was not good
And I don't
at
know
all.
if it's like I feel like Robert Englund just can he can bring Freddy Krueger, and that's like his magnum opus, and I think
Yeah.
that that's just
That's about
Also,
that
it.
just should be where
part
he
of
lives.
yeah,
Anything
and part
else,
of
I
the
just
problem.
can't love him.
No, and the other part of the problem with this movie is it wants to be too much.
Yeah.
I think is a
Yes.
lot because you guys were talking
Yes.
about good ideas and good concepts and everything, and it's true. There's interesting stuff here. It wants to be all of them at the same time, and it doesn't. You cannot.
Hmm.
You have to pick a little bit of a lane. Be two things. Don't be
Yeah.
four. Don't
12
be.
things.
n-
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be Back to the Future, Faust, Phantom of the
Hellraiser.
Opera,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hellraiser,
You missed
and yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. Don't be 12 things at once. Be one thing. Be two
Yes, they
things
needed to trim
even.
it down. And he was just gross. Like he
Oh,
first of all,
disgusting.
he
Like a
assaulted
predator.
her.
Yeah.
I feel like he was assaulting her. And then he also had a sex worker come and pretend to be Christine.
Hmm.
Hmm,
And I was
forgot
like,
about
He
oh,
that.
would
this is
also
what we're
like
doing.
I wrote down, is he jizz listening to Christine sing? Because he was actively coming when he listened to her sing.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Didn't enjoy watching that. Can we? I want to talk about the
Hate it.
music for a hot second because I haven't brought this up yet, and because I started with this film,
Oh, yes, please. Yes.
I didn't solidly know that the music from the Phantom of the Opera that I know of did not come about until the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. I
Hmm,
fully expected there to be music in all these movies. And there is some in this one because I made the note. What did I do? So is this has nothing to do with the play or the movies? Is any of this music from the actual Phantom of the Opera? I we don't get any music until our very last movie. I had been waiting for all these movies for one of these songs to pop up. I was very excited to hear any of
Mhm.
them. There's none of them.
hmm.
So, just in case anybody out there is a big dummy like I am, they're not musicals until we get to Andrew Lloyd Webber,
Oh, yeah. But
which
they
is a
all have
shame.
fucking opera in it.
There's opera singing. I could do without that.
Talk about our Christine and
Uh
what you discovered.
Oh, okay. So because of the singing and the music, and I was going in expecting, I started trying to figure out if any of these women who play Christine are actually singing their part. Because again, I don't enjoy the singing, but I recognize the technical, um, like
The
talent there
talents.
and the training that it takes. And so I was interested in whether she was singing or not. And so I looked it up for this one in particular for Jill Sholin. Apparently, she is a singer, but the music had already been done by the time she was cast, so she lip synced all of the singing. She can sing
Hmm.
this way, she is a
Hmm.
trained opera singer, but by the time she
Mhm.
was cast, they had already like recorded all the music,
Interesting.
so she did lip
Hmm.
sync.
Just
She lip synced well.
just like Zac Efron in High School Musical, in case anyone
I
wanted to know.
I have never even thought of that concept before. Whether or not
Yeah,
Zac Efron can actually sing.
he can, and he
Okay.
did in the second one and the third one, as well as Hairspray and Greatest Showman. But he was cast after they wrote the music
I
for High
see.
School
Okay.
Musical,
Okay,
and
okay.
his tone just wasn't like his
I
voice wasn't right for the songs,
it
so
wasn't
they had
ready
someone
yet.
else
And
do the
see,
songs. Yeah.
I that would piss me off. It would make me angry if because in this case, okay, we didn't use her singing voice for, so we didn't cast her to sing. Why didn't we get a better
Right.
actress? If she's just going to be acting, why didn't we get a better actress? We don't need her
Great, the
voice.
budget, I guess they used their whole
Yeah.
budget on Robert England.
Must be.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was hot
It was
right now.
bad.
Like, so I'm sure he was
Also,
expensive.
Misty has a note. Everybody wants a sugar daddy until daddy wants some sugar.
That's
It's true.
funny.
That's true.
Mhm.
I mean, he
Um,
made a deal with the devil. He's been alive for forever. He's rich. He's got I don't where they live. Is this New York?
I
Maybe.
kind of like the deal with the devil part
I
of it.
love that concept. I love that.
They were so they were trying to do something different. They were trying to
And
have
I can
a Phantom
appreciate
of the
that.
Opera inspired Phantom of the Opera, but it
Mhm.
just and I do appreciate that. It didn't hit. But this kind of gave me hope that a modern one could be possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Phantom of the Opera is too classy of a concept to be this gory. It doesn't feel right. And I think if this is the direction you want to take this story, I don't think you
Yeah.
should call it the Phantom of the Opera.
Mm.
You know, I
I
don't
like
know. It
that
feels
actually.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that definitely strays pretty far away from
Is this like fan
The original
fiction?
basically
story.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love that both of you mentioned Hellraiser
It
and how this is inspired. That brings me to something not at all about Phantom of the Opera. Um, but they are doing a Hellraiser house in Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
And the other day Shane said that he was thinking of watching Hellraiser in preparation, and that made me very happy, and I just wanted to share that with people who get it
Nice.
because I've been wanting him to watch Hellraiser.
I'm so excited. Is he gonna watch
Yeah, me
all?
No, he'll watch like one.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no,
I'll take it.
no.
Um, I forgot that I wrote this note before we go on to our next, but I wrote that if I didn't know that there was much more to the story, this wouldn't be the worst movie I'd ever seen. I don't necessarily want to see it again, but I don't hate it either.
That's fair.
If it wasn't called The Phantom of the Opera and this was just a movie, I think I would have probably
Yeah,
liked it a lot more.
Oh, there
if
there
this
are
was
certainly much worse movies in the world,
yeah,
that's for
Surely.
if
sure.
this was called like uh back in time opera house or something like that, or just opera
My favorite
house.
movie. Love Back in Time Opera House.
Nice.
If it's just called like opera house or like something, and you watch it and it's very phantom inspired, shut up. What do you have something better off the top of your head?
I would have come up with
No,
nothing better, but
I
it's
had
just
the
very
brain
good.
cell and that's what it gave me.
Oh my God.
Back in Time Opera House. It's just that's the
We're gonna go
synopsis of
back
the
in
movie.
time. Opera house.
If you had called it Old Timey Opera House.
Old-timey monster opera.
Yeah, I like old timey monster opera. That sounds fun. That sounds a
Uh,
lot more fun than this movie, actually.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, next.
Next.
Okay. Next, we have the 1990 miniseries. It's 2 episodes. It's 3 hours total. I also now own this on DVD.
Yes.
The synopsis, we have Christine Daae. Oh, real quick.
Yes.
Hold the phone.
I know what
Pause
you're
the
gonna say.
movie. The last movie, the Robert Englund one that we just talked about, her name was Christine Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Her name changes pronunciation throughout all these, I think. Sometimes Christine Day or Daye.
Day.
I want to say there's another
But
way they
Day,
pronounce
and
it.
then Dubois. There was
We had Dubois in 1943. Yeah.
But I feel like they did Day, like that was so, it just dumbed it down.
It's like the
I feel like
Americanized
that
version.
sweet dumb. I
America.
feel like
Fuck
that
yeah.
sweet bad actress probably just didn't know how to pronounce Day and said Day.
Maybe so.
Anyway, the synopsis: we have Christine Daae, a talented young singer, after being discovered by the well-known playboy Earl Philippe de
Philippe de Chagny.
Thank you, is sent by her new patron to the Paris Opera to receive classical training. No tagline. because it's a miniseries.
Yeah.
Director, we have Tony Richardson. Notable cast, and the reason that we're watching this one,
Yes.
for Misty and myself, is Charles Dance. He plays the Phantom, and you may know him from Game of Thrones as Tywin Lannister, which is my husband's favorite character, which is kind of weird. He doesn't really like villains that much.
Yeah, Tywin's a very complicated character. I wouldn't really call him a villain. Maybe I would. Never mind. He
He's
did
less
kind of
villainy than
orchestrate the Red
others.
Wedding, so
He did.
Yeah.
Terry Polo. Terry Polo plays Christine. She was in Meet the Parents and its sequels, The Whole. We have Burt Lancaster, who plays Gerard. How do you pronounce that?
I
Perrier?
believe that would be Gerard Carrier.
Thank you.
Yeah.
From Here to Eternity, and Adam Stork, who plays Count
Shani.
Shani. Thank you.
Shani.
He was in Death Becomes Her, Mystic Pizza, and The Stand, 1994.
I ate Mystic Pizza for the first time this year. I went to Mystic, Connecticut. I ate Mystic Pizza. I've had better
Really?
pizza.
Yeah.
Just want to say that. Yep.
I would assume, yeah, any tourist food place is not going to be good. I don't know if I've eaten at a tourist food place that was actually good.
I was so excited. We went to this, was it a Beetlejuice bar or a Tim Burton bar? Can't remember, in New York. And I think it was Tim Burton, and I was so excited about it. And it was awful.
Yeah. I think they
Not
fully
good.
like decorate and really light those things to shoot the like not the commercials, but like the advertising videos for those things.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it looks like
People
shit
love
in
a
real life.
gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The food wasn't good, the drinks were not great, and the atmosphere was cool, but the service wasn't good. It was
Yeah, it was
just
probably
really
very expensive
disappointing.
too, wasn't it?
It was one of those, you pay a certain amount and you get like this, and this, and you have like a minimum you have to spend.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
Although it would get me. Like if a Game of Thrones bar opened like that, I would pay for the premium package like a fucking dummy. And I would deserve
yeah, I love a
every
fucking theme.
terrible watered down drink I got.
Yes, I love a theme. There's all sorts of pop-up bars here during Halloween and Christmas. We did a Christmas pub crawl last December, and that was fun. Some were cooler than others.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I loved this one immediately. Like the score was
Yeah.
really good. Just the vibe
It was really good.
it opens up with, it feels not grand, but it feels, I guess, more epic than some of these other.
Especially for being a TV miniseries,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes. If we're watching it in like I watch these in about chronological order, except for the Robert England one. But this one is like the first non like cheesy one we have had since probably the 40s, maybe even the silent movie. Like the ones in the middle were just a little cheesy.
But
or
even
a
the
lot
earlier
cheesy.
ones, Eric feels like a very proper gentleman in this one. Like he feels like the highly educated Eric in the
Yeah.
book. He is
I love the
very
look of this
refined.
film.
Yes, it's
too. Yeah.
beautiful.
Mhm.
I
He has
love
a
the look of
great
his
mask.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
He's-
His
He
mask
does
is
have a
amazing.
great mask.
Just he carries himself just so well as the Phantom.
This is a really good cast
Yeah.
for the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chandelier scene was really cool.
Yes, I think this is the first one in our lineup that has the chandelier?
It doesn't fall in 1925. It's there. He does the behold, she's singing to bring down the chandelier, but it doesn't fall. So I think this is the first one where it fall. No. That's not true.
Does the hammer one have
Claude
it?
Rains cut it down. Claude Rains in the Technicolor one, I believe it falls.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. All going in, I also expected the chandelier to play a larger part because the Broadway play opens up.
Hmm.
Again, I have not seen it, but I know that it opens with the chandelier being auctioned in the future.
Lot
Um,
666.
yeah,
Then
and
the chandelier in pieces.
I love that, and it gives me the chills. And then, the fucking music, like that's what I was expecting to be watching 8 times,
Mhm.
Hmm.
unfortunately. But I thought the chandelier was going to play a bigger part in the story, but I guess it's not necessary.
It's a big deal. The chandelier falls on people and
So
kills
Yeah.
them. Should be a
I
big deal.
haven't talked about this yet. I haven't even mentioned it yet.
Ooh.
But almost all of these movies have rats.
Yes.
And
I'm
you
glad you
don't
brought it
know
Mm.
up
how I
now before
feel
we get into the next one.
about rats. And they say there's a line in here that says rats for a rat. And I think that's funny. And I know I just shit on the last one for all the puns, but I
I
think
like
that's
that one.
funny.
It feels different in this
Uh-huh.
movie as opposed
It
to like
does.
a
Well, it's
knockoff
not
Nightmare on Elm Street, you know?
it's not Robert England saying you're suspended
You're
and then suspends him
suspended.
and
Yeah.
hangs him.
Yeah.
That and he said
Right.
something else and I was like, I'm not even writing this down. This just pisses me off. But I really like this one. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I really loved it.
It was just,
I said
yeah, it's
it's
a
not
very
rushed. It's not
enjoyable
trying too
watch.
hard.
Yeah.
I think it being a
Yeah.
mini series, they were really able to flesh stuff out
Yeah.
and give us the tension we need and the drama we needed, and I really liked that.
Yeah, and really portray Eric as being a more complex character than a silly little, because I mean,
Yeah.
in this one he still is a silly little prankster and a silly little murderer, which I always
Yeah. I think it's
appreciate.
interesting yeah. I think it's interesting in this one that we don't see what he looks like deformed. He's always got
Yes.
a mask on.
That is an
I
interesting
I
point.
okay, but I love that, but he also describes what he looks like so well. He says he looked when he was a child, he looked into the water and he thought he was looking at like a sea monster until he realized it was
Hmm.
his own reflection. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I love that more than than I
Yeah.
would want to see his actual face.
After
Um,
Yep.
watching as many as we had, I'm okay not seeing it because nothing is going to beat the Lon Chaney one
yeah,
for me.
yeah, no, totally agree. I
I
love that
will
he
say the
kept the mask
animated
on the whole time.
one was also very good.
It
It was
looked
just
like Lon
basically the
Chaney just
animated Lon
animated.
Chaney. Yeah.
So, God, I
Hmm.
love that
They
one
did a
so
good job with
much.
that.
Yeah, loved it. I like I want to watch it again just for no reason.
I know. I kind of want to see if I can buy a copy of that one.
Oh,
Why not?
good idea.
Of which one? The animated one?
Yeah, the animated one. Maybe it'll come on
Yeah.
That
like
might
a
be
DVD
difficult.
with other terrible cartoons,
Maybe. Maybe.
like the VHSs. I might
I
look.
I would actually be okay finding more cards. Like I can't even tell you what specific story that I remember watching with that kind of animation, but I watched them at my grandmother's house and like it was so nostalgic. Anyway. Anyway.
How do you feel about this one,
Anyway.
Yeah,
Matt?
this one's a really good one.
Oh no, I like this one. This one's really good. I like it's I mean, you've kind of hit all the points. I like how this one
Mm-hmm.
looks. I like that it takes its time. I like that we get, some time for character development. Obviously Charles Dance is great. He's a great
So good.
actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, but even like even Burt Lancaster is really good in this one as kind of, the Eric father figure, which is an
Yes, I love
interesting
that as well. You
idea.
find that like
Um,
at closer to the end of the second part, I believe he's like I
Mm-hmm.
kind of raised
yeah.
him. I
Yep.
loved that.
So it's pretty interesting and it's good. I like this one. And I like that he has outfits that he wears. He has that
Yes.
mask that's got like the clown. He's got
Yeah.
his straw hat at
Love
one
that.
point.
He's
He's
just
got
so fancy. Like this is the
yeah.
chic
This is
Phantom.
this is the
But he's
billionaire
also,
phantom.
Yeah.
I think it was you, but he's also creepy. He's
Yes.
He's
obsessed.
a
Yes.
predator.
So this was
He's a
the
predator.
second movie that I watched in a row,
Yep.
and I was like, okay, Robert Englund's exaggerated version, he's a fucking pervert, sure, whatever. They were doing something. And then I got to this one and I've
Yeah.
got this nice refined Phantom who is also a fucking creep. And this is
Yeah.
what I
Mhm.
realized. Oh, I don't think the Phantom is the protagonist. I think Raoul is actually supposed to be, or if you want to put those labels on them, he's supposed to be the protagonist.
Yeah.
I had it backwards. Okay,
Yeah.
well, do we want to move on to 1998?
Yeah.
Yes,
This one is
please.
also rated R. An hour and
Yes, it
43 minutes.
is.
Uh-huh.
Our synopsis is a gory remake of the Gaston Leroux classic story, only this time the Phantom is not disfigured, but a man who was raised by rats deep under the Paris Opera House. There is no tagline.
Weird.
Our director, and the reason why we chose this one, is Dario Argento. He also
Yes.
directed Opera, Deep Red, Suspiria, lots and lots of other things. Our notable cast. Playing the Phantom, we have Julian Sands. You may know him from A Room with a View, Naked Lunch, or Warlock, or many other things. Uh,
He looks like Lestat in this.
he
A little
does.
bit, yeah.
Um, for playing the role of Christine, we have Dario Argento's daughter, blood daughter. This will be important
Mhm.
later.
Very
Asia
Uh-huh.
important.
Argento. You may know
Spoiler
her.
alert.
Yeah, you may know her from Mother of Tears, Marie Antoinette, Land of the Dead. She's also a pretty shitty person. Uh, I
Is
just
she? I
think
didn't know that.
I think everyone should know that.
Hmm.
You go
Okay.
just go look up her Wikipedia and under her.
I
I don't know.
will. Yeah.
You can go read about
I
her.
definitely
She
will.
was the last person Anthony Bourdain dated. Not that
Ah.
that has anything to do with anything, but
Mhm.
Anthony Bourdain dated her for like 2 years. And then playing the role of Raoul, we have Andre De Stefano. You may know him from Life of Pi or Eat, Pray, Love. Okay. I was convinced I was going to love this movie no matter what was in it because of how much I love Dario Argento and his style of
Mhm.
film. And that's what I was expecting going into this. I was expecting a Giallo Phantom, and it is a little bit of a
Well,
Giallo film, but this movie feels so disconnected. Like, if I had not known that Dario Argento directed this movie beforehand, I never ever would have guessed that this was his movie.
yeah.
And to really throw a wrench in this, I loved this
I
one.
know. I
It's
think we're going to be on
so
opposite
crazy
ends
to
here.
me. I know. And Matt, this was your first time watching this
I
one,
had
right?
never seen this one. I hadn't. The synopsis was like weird to me.
Hmm.
No, it is.
With he's not disfigured. He was just raised by rats, and now we're gonna go back to 1992's Batman Returns with Danny DeVito's Penguin raised by penguins, and
Yep.
I people raised by animals is always like a weird thing to me.
I
I'm
love
like,
it
how
though.
is yeah,
My
I
first
don't know.
note is Baby Eric raised by rats. I think this is immediately my number one, which is a shame
Yeah, but
because it went downhill.
how?
Because the rats
How?
turned the little basket around and saved him from going over a little waterfall. Like, and I don't know. I love that so much.
I don't know. But anyway, this is a great looking movie though. To your
It
point
Yeah.
about
is.
it not being like giallo looking, but it is, I mean, look how far removed it is from something like Suspiria. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
so late in his career. I do still think it's a very good looking movie, and there's some great effects in here for gore effects.
It is.
Um,
This to me felt like the excuse me. I actually watched this before I watched the Robert Englund one, but this one to me felt the most horror
Yes, it,
at the
it, it
time.
does.
Like it was the first one
mhm.
that felt more of a horror movie. Um, I mean, obviously, like they're all horror, obviously, but I don't know, like it
No,
had
I know
more
exactly what you're
murder and it
talking
had more
about.
gore. There
Most
was
of
a
them feel like a
beheading.
drama that has an
Yeah.
unfortunate character in them. And then
Yeah.
this one is straight up a horror movie.
Yeah, he's killing people left and right. There's a
Yeah.
dude that like has like his whole torso's gone, like
It's
pretty close
great.
to the beginning of the movie.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love that shit. I said I'm such a bore, so I'm shocked I love this as much as I do. And then there was that tongue. I
Yeah,
Yeah.
loved
the
that.
Good
the
kill.
And
biting the
then
tongue out is
oh,
yeah.
I love that. And then the orgy.
I'm not
Okay, I have
remembering the
some.
orgy. Where's the orgy? When was the
It's a
orgy?
I don't
bathhouse. It's not
Oh, okay, the
really an
bathhouse.
orgy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of
it
But
people in the
wasn't
same
it was
room fucking at the same
yes, it
time.
was like a
So,
it was like a fuck party, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it was. I have a
Now I
note. I have
remember.
some notes here. Number one, my note. Here's my notes. This dude who plays Raoul is hideous. What is that facial hair? Um,
Oh God, he looks inbred.
oh, he looks awful.
Yeah.
I also wrote, so the first time Christine meets the Phantom, her boobs are basically out. Like she's walking down the hall and her dress is very sheer and she has no undergarments
Well,
on.
why do you think he was obsessed with her?
I guess he just like fell in love with dem boobs.
That's what happens
Um,
sometimes.
I also wrote the subtitles on this version sure have a lot of typos because Argento does this thing where like his movies, everyone records their line, everyone
Yes.
performs in their native language,
Yes. And
and
then
then
he
he just
ADRs on
records.
top of that.
Yeah, it's annoying as
I
hell.
hate it.
But
Yeah.
the version I watched, I don't know about you guys, the subtitles had a lot of typos.
I don't know if I paid enough attention to the
All
I
right,
subtitles
didn't either,
really.
interesting.
but I watched the hell out of this movie. I loved this
Then
shit.
I wrote let me get my own daughter's tits out a whole lot.
All
Dario
right, let's talk
Argento
about it.
apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
we're going to, but first I want to talk because this is Kendall's sentence about the bathhouse brought me to my notes, and I was trying to find my specific note. Okay. I love my younger brother a lot, but there is no world where I am taking him to a bathhouse to cheer him up. I do appreciate the variety of bodies at the bathhouse, though.
That was nice. Yeah.
I also agreed, and none of them had a tan line. I did run it back
Yep.
before I
Men
typed
and
out that note
nope.
to make sure
Yeah,
that
I
it
know.
was a correct note.
But just men and women of all shapes and sizes, and that was nice. But no, his brother is like, "Oh man, you're gonna be okay. I have this great thing I'm gonna bring you to a fuck house." It's like if my brother got divorced right now, and I said, "Hey, meet me in Las Vegas. Let's go to the Green Door together." That's not gonna happen.
Well, it could. I I don't think it's that weird.
I do.
So let's talk about Dario
Okay.
Argento and his.
For the love of God, why did Dario Argento cast his own daughter in this role?
Well, first of all,
So
there
the
doesn't
fan.
have to be any sex in this. There doesn't have to be.
No, the Phantom and Christine have consensual sex in this. Not
Yes.
even just him like assaulting her like
Mhm.
Robert England's Phantom.
No, she's way into
She
it.
is way into it. I think they did it more than once.
Yeah, a couple times.
So, okay, so because I paid a lot of attention to these sex scenes because I was like, this is his daughter.
Mhm.
I have a feeling. I just got a feeling. And there's like a shot where he's like on top of her and they're just talking, but you could see her boobs. I'm like, okay, so her
Yeah.
dad, and it's her. It's not a double. I think the scene where they're like fucking and she's turned around, I don't think that's her.
Hmm.
I
That could
think
be a
that's
double.
how he
Yeah,
got around the weirdest part of it.
that could be. Yeah, I hope
That's
so.
what I'm telling
Because
myself.
yeah,
Because how do you direct your daughter in this role?
I wouldn't even want to direct her. Like, let's set aside the fact that there's like a shot where clearly he's, doggying Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Just the idea of like, hey, daughter, get your boobs out. Like, we're gonna do a scene with your boobs out.
Hey, daughter.
Like,
That's
I
too
wouldn't
far.
do that.
I
Yeah,
don't. But
I
again,
wouldn't
I
want
wouldn't
we're
to.
want my
Americans.
boobs to
These
be
are
shown in.
Italians.
Yeah, I don't want family members seeing my boobs.
Yeah, I
But the
know. And they're
Europeans
Italian. You're right. They could.
are not as like prude about nudity
No,
as we are.
Well,
that's
I'm
Um,
also
true.
not prude about nudity, but I'm not gonna be
No,
naked
but
in
they're
front of
like
family
really
members.
not. Like
Yeah.
I there's they're really like
there's nudity in
moms and daughters and
commercials in
dads.
Europe.
Yeah. They're really like even familial nudity is not like
Yeah.
super weird
Oh
to them
God, if you go
necessarily.
to like a gym or like where did I go? I went to a like spa. It had saunas and stuff.
Mhm.
Everyone is
Yeah,
butt
so
ass
maybe it's
naked. I
just
was terrified.
yeah, so maybe it's just I did like the filthy little pervert dude watching the Phantom and Christine bang though,
Yeah. There's
and
a lot
then
of
being
perverts in
I
this
like,
movie.
she's his
Yeah.
whore.
I loved that Eric killed the pedophile.
Yes, the
Big
Yes.
weird
fan.
ass pedophile guy with the chocolate. Ew, he was so
Yes,
disgusting.
why? That was another one of my notes. I'm like, okay, was the creepy old dude with the chocolates necessary? Like, I'm glad
I
he gets killed, but
yeah,
we spend a good portion of this movie watching this creepy old
maybe
man try to feed children chocolates.
yeah, I mean maybe it's to paint Eric in a better light, you know?
I guess so.
And this one
Yeah,
also ends with the redeeming or the Eric redeeming himself and releasing
yeah,
Christine to be with her
But
ugly Raoul.
not before he unbuttons his pants in
Oh my
front of
god,
the
please.
rats.
What the fuck was that?
oh yeah, where he's like getting it on with the rats. Like that
Okay,
was
but he was
weird.
raised
He
by the rats, so
definitely was
Yes,
getting
but it's
fucked by a
weird.
rat.
Like I don't like the rats like why did he and he's hot. He could have like gotten this version doesn't make a ton of sense to
He
me.
is really hot in
he is very
this.
hot
Like
and there's
he's
no deformity. How do we feel about
no,
that?
he's ripped, he's hot,
He's Lestat.
He was
like
Lestat.
he's why is he just like hanging out in the cave killing people? It doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't even
He
make
can
sense why
go if
he's
he
killing
wants
anybody.
to, can he? He can leave.
Yeah,
He
He
could have like
doesn't,
a
but
and
I
normal
she's
life.
like
like
it.
and she's like way in love with him in this movie too, which is
They can
also
just
like
go.
she's like consensually banging him. She's like really upset when he's being murdered.
Y'all are
Like
Oh
making me
my
like
god,
this
y'all.
movie more than I originally
I
liked
was
this
laughing
movie.
my ass
I
off at this.
didn't hate this
I
movie.
loved
I
this movie.
just it's
It's
bizarre.
it's not good, but
I
No.
I liked it a
think
lot.
my expectations of this being a Dario Argento film are what put a damper
Mhm.
on it for me, but that's
Yeah.
it's not fair to view it that way.
But
I
this is
also did not realize that was his daughter until after I watched the movie, so I think that had a lot
maybe.
to do with how I viewed it.
Yeah.
This is
I
another
love
one of those
this.
movies though, like Kendall was saying with the Freddy Krueger one, where it's like you've made enough changes at this point where it's like call it maybe something like I'll give you an example of a movie we didn't watch that
Back in
is
time opera
back in
house.
time. Yeah, but like Phantom of the Paradise
I almost
is
watched that to compare. Yeah.
so radically different. It's got the same like basic idea of
Yeah.
like guy haunting a but it's the same with Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Um,
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
it's bad, but I'm not telling you you should watch it. It's something. So like this is enough where it's like again, I guess if your idea of Phantom of the Opera is strictly like creepy dude hanging out in the basement killing
Yeah.
people, like okay.
And I mean that was part of my question is the deformity, him having a facial deformity, is that necessary to tell the story of the Phantom? And I think it is. Like
I
it's
think
not
it really, yeah.
I think that's the as you said, it's the crux of the story. Like you can't the Phantom isn't the Phantom unless he is absolutely shunned by society. Like that's kind of the
Yeah,
point.
this dude seems to have just opted to just be like, again, I raised by animals is always weird to me. Like,
Because it's not
why?
possible,
Like, well, not only because it's not possible, but it's
especially
like,
rats.
especially rats. Like,
Fucking
okay,
rats.
Tarzan
Always
out
fucking
there, like
rats.
Tarzan, like out there in the woods, raised by like gorillas. Okay, like I
Maybe
can go with that.
a
Gorillas,
dog,
but like raised
sure.
maybe, I guess. Yeah. But like rats especially, it's like it's not that they're dumb, it's just that they're not capable of like
Raising a human baby? No, they're
yeah,
not.
but also he's obviously so closely in contact with the world. Also, by the way, he has like psychic powers in this one
Yes,
for
this is the
some reason.
telepathic Eric. That's how because usually
Weird.
he has whatever devices that he's
He's
devised to have his voice
ventriloquist. He's
carry.
yeah.
Yeah, and in this
See,
one
he's a
he's
vampire.
telepathic. I again, this had just moved a few spaces up in my ranking because I'm not as angry about it anymore.
It's really
Also,
good.
one other quick note on this one. What in the absolute world was that scene with the little steampunk go-kart with the Gogans from Pete's Dragon riding
What in
it?
the apple dumpling gang was that?
I
I don't
see, I
like that
thought the
was so weird.
Gogans. It
That's a
was
good one
so
too.
weird.
Oh my
I was
god.
thinking apple dumpling gang.
That one's good too. Apple Dumpling Gang is good, but I was thinking Gogans because of how dirty they
It was
were.
so weird.
It
And
was so
I don't know
weird.
what that
Yeah,
was. I didn't even
this
The
bring it
was
up because I
steampunk
didn't even know what was
vacuum
going
rat
on.
vacuum go-kart. It was like,
I
what
really
the
loved it.
fuck?
Yeah, there's also is there a rat catcher in all of these?
Yes, uh-huh. I
Yeah, we
think
didn't
so.
even talk
No,
about
the
that.
43 one doesn't the 43 one doesn't have the
Oh
rat catcher,
yeah.
I don't believe.
I always love the rat
Westeros
catcher
needs those
character. I
rat
love the
catchers.
rat catcher character in this one because it is just like a whole fleshed out other story. He pickles the tails
Mm-hmm.
and he's got a little nasty sidekick. It's just
No.
fascinating. This, yeah, this
I'm
one
not
threw a lot of
saying,
loops.
yeah.
I loved it.
Eventually, I'll probably watch this again. It's not high on my rewatch list, but I was like, by the end of it, I was like, you know what? There was something there.
You
I
know
don't know what
what?
it
Hell
was, but
yeah.
there was something.
Yeah. So let's move on to our last and
Yes.
definitely not least.
So we have Phantom of the Opera from 2004. This is the movie adaptation of the Andrew Lloyd Webber stage musical. It is PG-13 and 2 hours and 23 minutes. A young soprano becomes the obsession of a disfigured and murderous musical genius who lives beneath the Paris Opera House. Tagline: her voice became his passion, her love became his obsession, her refusal became his rage. Director is Joel Schumacher. He did Batman and Robin,
Batman Forever.
8 millimeter.
and yes, and Batman Forever, 8 millimeter, and The Lost Boys. Notable cast: we have Gerard Butler, who plays the Phantom. He was in 300 and Dracula 2000. We also have Emmy Rossum, who played Christine. She was in Shameless and The Day After Tomorrow and Beautiful Creatures. We have Patrick Wilson, crazy, who plays Raoul. He was in the Conjuring franchise and the Insidious franchise. We have Minnie Driver, who plays Carlotta. Not a fan of her. Definitely a fan of her in this.
Agree fully.
She was in Tarzan and other things, but I really don't care what other things because I don't like her.
Tarzan's the only one
We
either.
also have, is it Kyron Hines?
Oh, I
Would
don't
be
know how to pronounce.
Syrian? I
Syrian,
believe it's Syrian.
who plays Fairman.
Firma. Firma.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
French
Game of
pronunciation,
Thrones is
pronunciation, please, Kendall, or nothing.
this is why we have Matt here. Okay. Game of Thrones is Mance Raider, season 1 of The Terror, Lord of the Rings of Power. Harry Potter's Aberforth
I
Dumbledore.
still need to watch The Terror.
It's so good. You should.
This
Season 1 at
movie is
least.
what started it all for me. This is my first Phantom experience when I saw this movie, and I hadn't seen it in years and years and years and years. The movie. I haven't seen the musical in about 7 or 8 years. Um, and I forgot just how amazing the music is in this. It is just
It's
so
incredible.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yes, very true.
And now, Misty, this was your first time watching the musical?
Yes. First time.
And
Interesting.
I know you
I-
don't like musicals.
But this one works as like I think this one has to be a musical. I mean, the whole core of the movie is, or the story is, an opera.
It makes sense.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think the music improves upon the movie, in my opinion. This one was the
I
most
agree.
fun for me to watch. I did not even realize that it was 2 hours and I know I typed that out, but I forgot about it by the time I
Yeah.
got to this movie. I watched this one last. It did not feel like it was that long. It's a joy to watch.
Yes.
I kind of
Mhm.
feel left out that it took me so long to get to it, but Jesus, I was finally excited to see the musical because I expected music in all the other movies and there's none. So
Mhm. This one I definitely left for last. It's the perfect end to this little 8 pack of movies. I
Mhm.
liked that we began with the silent and ended with the musical.
yeah,
Um,
nice wraparound.
almost was, I think I said 80 years later.
There are not many musical cues that I think are as like hit as hard, that are as like, I don't even know how to describe it, like bone chilling as the
Mhm.
opening overture of the Phantom of the Opera.
Dun,
Like
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
oh my God, that with the
I have
chandelier, I could
one.
die.
I have one that compares. When the Shining overture comes
Oh yeah,
on.
same.
Mm.
Same feeling.
I love same feeling for sure.
Oh, I don't know, it makes me very
Mhm.
excited. I love it.
Ugh, the chandelier. Like I just the masquerade song and scene. Oh,
Masquerade, paper faces on
so good.
What's your
parade.
favorite song
Masquerade,
from the musical? Do you have one?
face on the world can never find you.
Mm,
I like
okay,
the Phantom
Matt.
of the Opera,
Mm-hmm.
and I like Music of the Night, but I catch
Mm-hmm.
myself singing Masquerade a lot as well.
Me too.
Masquerade,
I wouldn't say it was
paper
Masquerade
faces on
ever, but when that came on,
parade.
I was like, yes.
Masquerade, hide your
My
face
favorite,
away.
I do love Angel of Music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Music of the Night is just,
Oh God, I
I love
love
that
Music
Music
one.
of
of
the
the
Night's
Night.
fantastic. Yep.
But
God, that's such a
Phantom
good
of the
song.
Opera has probably got to be my favorite one because it's
All
just the
right.
whole like bringing her into his lair
Yeah.
and all the
Yes.
candles. And first of all, there's a fucking horse, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's the boat, and then there's like the fog and the candles, and then she
That are coming
passes
out of the
out.
water somehow.
It's
Yep.
Yeah.
it's
Great.
just
And him
every
forcing her
young
to
girl's
sing.
dream
Oh, I love it.
was to be swept away by a mysterious man, or at least mine was.
With
I'm
the
gonna
rat?
I
say it.
watched too many fairy tales. What?
I don't like Gerard Butler's voice in this part.
Okay, so he has never had a voice lesson. Again, wired. Anyway, had never had a voice lesson. Also learned that he never had an acting lesson. Gerard Butler is not a bad actor.
No,
He's
but
not a bad singer. He was in a rock
no, no, no,
band.
no, no. Yeah,
He was fine.
he's
It
just
was a
supposed to
weird
be.
choice.
Yeah,
But
he's a weird choice. He's supposed to be the angel of music,
I know.
and like when you're
But
following in the footsteps of so many great Broadway male
mhm.
voices, it's like
But Andrew Lloyd Webber said that Gerard Butler has the rock and roll voice that he'd always dreamed of for Eric.
okay.
So whatever
So
that means. That's what that's what the creator of the musical wanted.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
So
know?
Emmy Rossum is a trained opera
Yeah, I
singer,
didn't know that.
and she has such a beautiful operatic voice. And then when they're singing Phantom of the Opera, you can hear it more like gravelly and like I guess it's just more brought down low. And I just loved hearing the difference between the two because she's not singing for an audience. She's singing like her mind is singing and she's singing with the Phantom. And I just really loved noticing that difference.
Hmm.
And the next time I see the show, I'm gonna want to pay attention to see if it changes or if that was just like a choice she made.
There's like some good choices for sure on well I'll say specifically Gerard Butler's part where he gets to the part where it's typically sung and he kind of just screams over and he's just like, order your fine horses now, raise up your hand to the level. He's like just screaming at him instead of like actually like singing it at him, which is a
Hmm.
good choice in that because no, nothing can save you now
Yeah,
except
it
perhaps
fits.
Christine. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like Gerard Butler as Eric. I think he really understands the character
Yeah,
of
I
Eric
it's
really
not that he
well.
did a bad job. It was
Hmm.
just his singing that's
I
always thrown
agree.
me
Yeah,
off a little
fully
bit.
agree. I mean, this
The,
happens every time
although the
Tim
other
Burton tries to make a musical. Like,
yeah, the other thing that really threw me off in the end though was yes, Tim Burton making a musical for sure.
At least this
Although I
wasn't
do
Johnny
love
Depp.
Sweeney Todd quite a
I
lot.
love
Oh,
Sweeney
well,
Todd.
do I
That
have
is
an
I
my
love
guilty
episode
Sweeney
that
pleasure.
Todd.
you'll enjoy
Yeah, in September.
Yeah,
in
I love
September?
Sweeney Todd.
Terrible singers, the lot of them.
The great mistake that because Kendall was talking about like, oh, everyone's dream is to be swept away by the mysterious stranger, and Misty's idea of like, oh, the Phantom is like, wait, what, he's a monster? It's like the greatest trick that this musical played
Yep.
Hmm.
is making him romantic
Yep.
and
Yeah.
sexy.
Yep.
Every man that's ever played him on stage is actually a very handsome man.
Yeah. See, I got
Um,
duped.
and they do
Me too.
the half mask thing,
Hmm.
which you were laughing about earlier, Misty. They did that because they didn't want to cover one of their main characters' entire face for
Yeah.
most of the show. That's why when you look at the poster, it has a whole mask on it. They had already designed an entire, and then they did it and
Oh.
went, we don't actually want to cover that guy's face because it's
Yeah.
theater. They're
Yeah.
playing to the
Yeah.
back of the balcony. It's
Yeah.
also why on stage the Phantom's um disfigurement makeup
Hmm.
is extreme. Like part
Hmm.
of his skull is out in the stage
Mm-hmm.
makeup because you have to be able to tell from the very back of the theater that this guy is
Missing part of
like,
his
and
face.
one of the yeah, and one of the things that Joel Schumacher did that is ridiculous is he went, why don't I just give him like a rash?
It's not bad at all.
Um,
It's not even a.
and
I mean, yes, it's a deformity kind of. It's not. Jesus Christ! When
he
took his mask
he
off,
went
I was
for
expecting his eyeball to fall out. The way they
Yeah.
I
acted.
was I understand not wanting it to look like the stage makeup. Again, the
Hmm.
stage makeup extraordinarily exaggerated. Part
Hmm.
of his skull is out. He would have died from a brain infection if he
Yeah.
had that deformity that they put on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But also going he based it on something real and I can't remember what it is, but it's basically an actual skin problem. And it's like I don't think that was the way to go either
Probably
because like I
not.
said he looks like he has a
No.
rash
What if you're
or a
someone with that skin
sunburn.
problem and you're
Yeah, and then you're
watching
like,
this
Jesus
and you're a little
Christ, should I
kid?
be in the sewer?
It,
You know? Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, it was a choice, but I do still love this show and
Mm,
Oh, it's
this
amazing.
movie and
it's so
yeah.
good. Misty,
I
do
also
your
hate
thing.
that they expect me to believe that anyone is going to pass up Patrick Wilson for literally anybody else. Like, are you telling me she had a hard time picking between the basement dweller and Disney princess or Disney prince, my bad. Disney Prince Patrick Wilson?
Missy,
Please.
you nailed it when you called him a Disney prince
Yeah,
because his
Yeah.
voice,
the
his
hair.
fucking hair is ridiculous.
He
But let
actually
me
has a
tell
great
you,
singing voice.
Yeah.
he really does.
Mm-hmm.
He does not listen to Christine. He
No.
gaslit her. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's fine." Like she didn't want to tell anyone they were engaged. And he's like, "No, we could do it." I'm like, "This bitch." This is why I never liked Raul.
He's just like
Mm.
a
Raul.
rich dandy boy, is what he
I
is.
Yes.
never liked him because of this movie, and that's why I had that thought in my brain coming into this.
He's but again, this is probably the second most accurate adaptation of the novel. Like he doesn't believe her, but like again, why would he? Except for the fact that someone you love is telling you a story, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like the things she
Yeah,
says to him
that's true.
are
Pretty
pretty
specific.
extreme.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's not like she's having trouble choosing between the two of them. It's she's afraid of this person and what will happen if she follows her heart and goes with Raul. Like, you know, that
Why?
she tells him on the roof like that she loves him and they make their plan to get away, you know, order fight and then he screams, "You will curse the day you did not do all that the Phantom asked of you," and then goes on his rampage and writes Don Juan triumphant and murders the guy that's supposed to play Don Juan and comes on stage and kidnaps Christine to the basement and
Truly an
so
incel. You were
she
so
has a
right to
right
call
to
him
be
one.
yeah, she
He
has a right
probably
to be
was
afraid of
roommates
him.
with the Invisible Man, you know, in
Yeah.
You
college.
know what? Yeah, actually, yeah. They're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, going back to what you said were your favorite endings, she says to him, like, there's a line that probably will always make me a little bit verklempt when she's, you know, her line is, "Pitiful creature of darkness, what kind of life have you known?
Yeah.
God, give me the courage to show you you are not alone," and then kisses him, and he's like, that was enough. Why don't you two get out of here?
Get
Like,
out of
go
you,
away, leave.
you kids.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah. So,
Misty, do your favorite thing where you talk
Oh, my
about what
favorite
could have
thing of
been.
who could have been. Who could have been?
mm-hmm.
Because this is not, no. Go
No.
on.
So, for the role of Christine Daae, Charlotte Church and Kate Winslet were considered. I can see Charlotte Church singing like the songs, like those
Yeah.
impossibly high notes. But
Mm-hmm.
as an actress, I don't know. It was also offered to Anne Hathaway, but she had to decline. This is straight from IMDb, by the way. I'm quoting. She had to decline because the production schedule of the film overlapped with the Princess Diaries 2 royal engagement.
You
Um,
know,
I like
I
her.
often,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
go on, sorry.
I
I,
like the look of her as Christine. Anne
yeah,
Hathaway.
I often wonder, like, if this had happened, if this would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a good example because if she had gotten if she had done this movie and she was Christine,
Mm-hmm.
would she have done Fantine in Les Mis? And if
Mm,
and
Mm.
I don't know if she would have, and if she hadn't, she wouldn't have gotten her Oscar.
mm.
So just interesting because
Yeah.
I don't, no, obviously I don't know Anne Hathaway, but I feel like if you're
Yeah,
Christine,
doing
you're probably
musicals
not going to want to
like
do another musical like that. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're Anna Kendrick, but or
And then
James Corden.
yeah. Oh God. Oh man, that just I don't like
Wait, who
thinking
are
about
we?
cats and the fact that cats exist. And
Ugh.
anytime I'm
Also,
I
reminded
Andrew
forgot
Lloyd
about
Webber
cats.
somehow.
when you said James
I forgot
Corden,
about cats.
Ugh.
I did too until just now. And Jesus Christ,
He's
that
in a
was
lot. He's in Into the Woods.
yep. Into the Woods.
I can't even talk about Into the Woods.
I
Who
love
brought
Into the
that up?
Woods.
I love it. I love the musical, but the movie was
Ugh.
anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so also for the role of the Phantom, over the course of the film's development, John Travolta,
No.
Antonio Banderas,
No.
Meatloaf, Heath
Mm,
Oh
Ledger,
God.
and Matthew McConaughey were considered for the role
absolutely
of
not.
the Phantom.
Absolutely not.
Banderas actually spent several years in vocal preparation and sang the role of the Phantom in Andrew Lloyd Webber, The Royal Albert Hall Celebration in 1988. Too sexy
I could
for
see him.
Eric. Sorry.
Hmm.
Cannot put Antonio
That's
Banderas in that role.
Armand.
Yeah,
Armand.
that's
Armand.
also Zorro. You cannot put
Hmm.
Zorro as the Phantom
And
of the Opera.
Poofs in
And
boots.
boots, and boots.
Mhm.
The thought of John Travolta just makes me giggle. Like, what the fuck?
Matthew McConaughey would have been a
Absolutely.
weird choice
But
as well.
Absolutely not.
Meatloaf. Why wasn't it
Ugh.
Meatloaf?
Kind of see Relo. Like, I'm not mad about that.
I think that would have
He
been
would
an
have been
excellent
able to
choice.
sing it really.
Yes.
Yeah,
How
that
is
would have
that
been
not the rock
interesting.
and roll voice that you dreamed of for Eric? And
Yeah,
he's ugly.
You know,
Sorry, Meatloaf.
yeah.
and well, and I'm playing his role from
You
Rocky Horror when
are.
I do Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
So I
I love
love
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
I think he'd
I
be
would
an
love
excellent
that.
Eric.
God, R.I.P. I love him. But yeah, I don't know.
What could have
I
been?
don't really like any of those ideas.
What could have been?
Yeah, what do you think, Matt? Like, I don't know of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't either,
We would have
really.
gotten Hugh. Look, we probably would have gotten Hugh Jackman if we didn't get Gerard Butler. And I love Huge, but he
And
does too many
I
music.
really like Gerard Butler. I just don't, I don't know. And I like his Eric. I do,
No, I
but it's
think he was
it is the
probably the best
singing,
choice
Matt.
over. Yeah, I think overall he probably was the best choice because even if I think back to if I try to cast my mind all the way back to 2004, I don't know who else would have been around
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
I think like I don't watch a lot of stuff with him in it. If I did, I think it would be different, but it is weird that that's the guy from 300. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's weird. But I
There's,
think he did a decent job.
yeah. Yes. It's
I
just
mean,
the
I didn't
singing
hate it
that
at
throws
all.
me off. No, I didn't hate it, but
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like you've got all of these like perfect like what I'm trying to say, like perfectly
In
cast singing
film,
voices.
but in film, getting it's hard to find triple threats that can act, sing, dance. Like a lot of
Yeah.
them, and especially in film, don't necessarily have all
That's why
three.
James Corden's in all the movies.
Stop. I hate that man so much.
Yeah.
Oh, he's insufferable. I hate him.
Uh, Speaking of hating, not a fan of Minnie Driver, but she was
Oh,
so good as
please.
Carlotta.
Yeah.
She's so good in this movie.
She's so good. She's
Incredible.
Where's my
perfect.
doggy? Bring my doggy.
I love that. Bring my doggy.
She did not sing her part either. I thought I would mention that. She lip synced the singing
Oh.
parts.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
but her acting is
Pardon, ti
incredible.
amo.
Loved it.
Would you not rather have your precious little Angelo?
Excellent. Yeah.
She is funny in this movie, though.
She's
I
good. She's
she was
really good in
one of
this.
my absolute favorite parts of the movie. Loved it.
I think that's
Well,
all I have to say about it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, excellent.
cool.
I'm glad I finally got to see this. It feels weird that this is like one of your obsessions and I've never seen it.
One of
So,
mine.
yeah, yours.
I mean, it was in
I
high
say
school.
obsession as in like a teenage obsession. Like I know you were in school like singing this music
You've
with your
no
friends.
idea. This and Moulin Rouge
Mm-hmm.
were everything sophomore year of high school. Literally, in 2004 and 5 when this movie came out. And then it got replaced with Rent the next year.
Another musical.
And boy,
Hmm.
was I that kid. I had the scarf. I had the t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I'm pretty sure it was my senior quote. It was, yeah.
I don't even know what my senior quote was. I do not remember.
Actually, it wasn't. It was a quote from Dazed and Confused, but it almost was Rent. Anyway, I do remember what I asked Matt to do. I asked Matt to come up with like movies and or music and books and stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you, Matt.
No, I did do that. I would do
You
that
did
for
do
any
that.
episode I'm on. I like that you do the movies and music part. That part's fun.
Mhm.
Excuse me, the books and movies part. Um, so obviously, everybody go ahead and read the original
Yeah,
novel
I'm
by
gonna have
Gaston
to.
Leroux. You have some choices.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 copies of this book because it was originally written in French. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing about books that were originally written in another language that are over a certain number of years old is you can find multiple translations of them. So you can get the original English translation. It's the most common translation you will find out there in the wild. It's very good. You'll know it's the public domain original translation because it won't say on the cover who it's translated by. It won't, it doesn't tell you. It's just the original translation. It's good. It's the one most people read, like I said. Then there is a more recent translation. This one I think is only available for the public domain one. Mine happens to be Signet, but you can get anybody can print it. It's public domain, so you can get it any. This one I think is only available from Bantam. This one is translated by Lowell Bear. And the thing about these two that's interesting is these are abridged. The
Mm.
original translation and this one by Lowell Bear are based on an abridged version of the original French novel. I think it took out something like 15 pages, if I remember
What are
Wow.
the
correctly, something like
missing
that.
parts? Do you
I'm not
know?
100% sure yet, and I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you why. Because I just got this full, unabridged, brand new translation. Well, brand new. I think this one was came out in 2012. This is the most recent um, translation. It's by a man named David Coward, and it's from Oxford World's Classics.
Mm.
And I only just got this one. I haven't read it yet, so I don't 100% know what has been missing out of some of the other uh, translations. There are a couple other translations out there in the world, but they, I guess, are considered not very good,
Mm.
and I can't even remember who they're by, and so they're probably not even easy to find. But so there's those. The other one I highly recommend reading is Phantom by Susan Kay. This is the story of Eric's life from the time he was born till the time he died.
Oh, fun.
This when I originally got this
Ooh.
book, it was out of print. My copy, I don't know if you can tell, is a little battered. I bought it
Mhm.
at a used bookstore because it's back in print, so it's pretty easy to find. You can just buy it on Amazon. Um, this is very, very good. Talks about him growing up, all his adventures around the world, how he learned music, how he learned to be an architect, how he learned how to torture people. Very
Ooh.
sad. It's a kind of, that
I'm
kind of thing
laughing. I'm
because,
sorry, but it is very
yeah,
sad. Like,
um,
I don't know
I
why
like
that's
this.
funny to me.
I like this cover because you open it up and this is an
Oh,
old version. You
neat.
open it up
Oh,
and
that's
it's
cool.
got a nice whole mural on the
I
inside cover, which is pretty fun.
Wow.
that.
Nobody listening can see that, but if they join your Patreon, they can
They
watch
can
the
see.
video.
Ooh, thank you for
So,
that plug, Matt.
um,
I haven't done
and
it yet.
then just for funsies, I also have The Phantom of the Opera with Muppets by Gaston Leroux and
What?
Eric Forrest Jackson. It is
Oh
a
my
Muppets Meet the
God.
Classics.
Shut the fuck up.
So if you want that, you
Look
can
at
find that out there
Kermit
in the
as
world as well.
Raoul. Oh my God,
And
he's so
Uncle
cute.
Deadly is there as the Phantom, and Miss
I was gonna
Piggy, of
ask who
course,
that
is
was.
Christine.
Of
Of
course she
course.
is. There's no
So
other
My
choice.
girl.
yes, so of course you can read that. That's very fun. Again, that's from the Muppets Meet the Classics line from
I did not know that
Penguin
existed,
Workshop.
Matt. That whole
So
line. Oh my God, you've just made
I
my
think there's
day.
only like I think there's only 2 or 3 books in it. I can't remember off the top of my head what the other
Question.
one is because I don't.
Is it written from like are these the voices? Like is Miss Piggy actually Christine? Is it written in Miss Piggy's like voice?
Well, here we go.
Oh boy.
The free-spirited Janice paid no mind to the public's praise or to the adolescent crushes of her co-stars. She was focused on higher planes of existence. Besides, she already had her eye on a debonair society guy, a handsome frog named Constantine Philippe Georges Marie
Constantine?
Comte de Chagny, who had the cutest Russian accent and an
I
adorable mole on his right upper lip.
say no
There you go.
more.
Ironically,
I'm buying this right the second. App what?
uh,
That is
what else do we have here?
inspired.
What
Yes.
else do we
I'm
have
so
here?
excited to buy this book.
Why don't we have that movie?
I
The guy with the blue fur, oversized eyes, and dramatic cape said to Kermit, "No one in the world but Deadly could pull off a disappearing act like that. Now, let's go find him." Kermit
Godzilla?
balked. The inspector said Piggy had been whisked away by my brother. Look! Yes, see, there's Gonzo right there.
Oh, what a beautiful
Ugh.
photo of
In the part
him.
of the Persian, he's Gonzo. So.
Oh.
And who else do we got? There's Scooter with a penguin. It's got nice illustrations in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
so
there's Kermit.
oh, he's
Matt,
so
remind me because I don't think I wrote this down. I wrote down your favorite horror movies when you came on. Well, who is your favorite Universal monster?
Oh, the Phantom of the Opera, also Dracula.
Matt, this book is out
So,
of print, I believe, because it's $145 on Amazon.
oh wow, because I bought it not that long ago. That's interesting. That's sad because there's also Muppets Meet the Classics, Fairy Tales from the Brothers Grimm.
Fuck.
That one is 21.29 on Amazon right now. But yeah, apparently the Muppet one,
Even
the
on thrift
Phantom of the Opera one's
books,
out of
it's
print. That's unfortunate.
$167.
I was gonna say look on thrift books.
Wow.
It's more expensive on
Wow.
thrift
Okay, I
books.
did not know that. Well,
Well,
anybody, if you happen to find a copy, I guess you're because it's 2017. It's not that old.
yeah, I guess they printed it once and that's it. God
The
dang it.
fairy tales
Must
one
be.
is really cool though. It shows
Okay,
Piggy as the evil queen.
of course. What is this last recommendation that you have?
Oh, yes, hold on. I have music here
Okay.
Sorry, we
that
went
I
off
want
the
to
rail.
well, also everybody listen to the Phantom of the Opera original Broadway cast recording album. It's fantastic. And then this last one is just a song by a band called Iced Earth. It's a pretty good song. They did a whole concept album called Horror Show,
Hmm.
where they did songs based on horror movies and horror icons. And so this song is just titled "The Phantom Opera Ghost." Good song. There's
Is this
a
an
few other
actual
really good.
good band? Because there is a
Uh,
band that is popular in some circles now. That is
I
their
know what you're
shtick.
talking about.
Yeah, they do. I saw them live accidentally. Um, they're not good
Iced
though.
Earth.
No, I'm talking about Ice Nine Kills.
Oh no, I don't like Ice Nine
Okay,
Kills.
me
No,
neither.
Iced
But
Earth
that.
is
They
Iced
have a
Earth is no,
Jekyll and
no. That's not their. They're the genre would be I'd call it power metal, which
Okay.
for anybody that doesn't know is kind of like very epic, but the vocals are usually pretty clean.
You can understand what they're saying,
And
and they're telling a
yeah,
story.
Iced Earth and most other power metal bands usually typically do a lot of like fantasy inspired
Yeah.
music.
Hmm.
And this album just happens to be based, they have, a Dracula song, a Frankenstein song, a
I
Phantom of the
love
Opera
that. We could
song.
probably use that frequently on this show.
And
Yep.
Jekyll and Hyde, they have one on there
Yep.
too, I saw. Have you ever heard the band Within Temptation? Because they sound
Yes.
okay. Because that when you said
I like Within
I
Temptation. They're good.
do too. When you brought up whatever genre that is, that's the
Power
first, yeah,
metal.
power metal. That's what I thought of.
Yeah. And so, yeah, those are my, and, I also mentioned, if you want Phantom of the Paradise, it's kind of got a cult following.
hmm
Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, Phantom of the Auditorium by R.L. Stein. Uh,
Mm, Phantom of the Megaplex, which is a
Oh, that's
Disney
right.
Channel original
That's
yep,
movie.
Phantom
right.
of the Megaplex, Disney Channel. There's
I'm
lots and
pretty sure
lots and
there's a
lots
Wishbone
of.
episode of Phantom of the Opera too.
Probably. Probably. There actually
Is
I
there a
do
wishbone?
think yes, I remember him having he
There
had a rose in his
probably is.
mouth
Mm-hmm.
and he was wearing the
Yep.
mask. I remember.
Yep.
Oh, Wishbone.
I love Wishbone.
Okay. Before we get to our rankings, I have one last question. Um about the future of the Phantom.
Okay.
What would we, I guess, like to see in future adaptations? Would you rather a limited series or a film? And is the stage adaptation the best version of the story? And we really can't get better than that. What are your opinions?
I
Hmm.
want somebody after 101 years to actually adapt this novel. Just take this book and adapt it. Yeah. This book came out in 1910 and they've only adapted it once the way it's written. Just do that. Please, Guillermo del Toro. I am
God,
dying for Guillermo del
please.
Shut
Toro
up,
to make
Matt.
this
Oh,
movie.
fuck. Oh.
I think
I
he's
just,
expressed interest in.
yes, but he wants to go make a Western first and a
No.
cartoon, I
No, no,
think
no,
he
no,
Let
no,
said.
that
no.
man do
Um,
whatever he
Let
wants to
Robert
do. He's
Eggers
got to
do the
get.
Western.
Yeah.
I love a Western.
Yeah.
But I think he needs to stick. I want him to do all the Universal monsters because
It would be
Frankenstein was so
nice.
good.
Frankenstein was so good. And so, yes, somebody. Although recently Christopher Nolan has also expressed interest in a horror movie,
Yes, he has.
I want him first and foremost to maybe do his own idea, but
Hmm.
then also at the same time, Christopher Nolan, you could also do this. But Guillermo
I
del
think he could.
Toro first.
I have a love-hate relationship with that man and his movies.
Not
Yeah,
me. I freaking love him.
He's a guy's
understandable.
guy. So hear me out.
Okay.
I thought of it earlier today. Mike Flanagan, Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
After seeing The Fall of the House of Usher. Yeah. Because he did do the Mask of the Red Death
Yeah,
in that as
he
well.
did.
I
I think that he could, I don't know. I think he could do the full story very well, but I also think I don't know, maybe would adapt it into something else entirely, like maybe a Penny Dreadful situation,
oh God, don't get me
with
excited. Ugh,
Universal, I'm sorry,
fuck. I'm still mad
with
about Penny
Universal
Dreadful.
monsters in general.
I would, yeah, I could see Mike Flanagan, but I would prefer
Hmm.
him to do a series as opposed to a movie. I think the fan for me, out of watching all these, other than the musical, the miniseries worked best for me.
Mhm.
Like pacing
Mm.
wise and fleshing out the story wise, I think it at least needs to be a mini series or a limited series.
Also, now that I know the book exists, I need the Muppets version.
I will
Pretty
not. I'm
please.
gonna be thinking about this all night. I cannot believe this book exists in the voices of the Muppets. That is fantastic.
Matt, I'm
Hmm.
putting you on the spot here. I should have prepared you for this. Off the top of your head, could you look at this list of movies that we have done and tell us in order of like most faithful to least faithful?
Mm.
Hmm. I probably can. I'm on eBay trying to see something, but let's see. Let me look. I would probably say 25 silent, 2004 musical, 1990 Charles Dance, uh no, 1925. No, hold on. I would say silent, musical, animated, dance, and then everything else,
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
very degree. Yeah, they're all just
equally.
terribly off of
Yeah.
the beaten
Yeah.
path.
Okay.
But the original silent version is the most faithful to the original novel, even with the
Yeah.
synthwave soundtrack.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it with the
Just
synthwave
joking.
soundtrack
It's
yet, so
just
I can't tell you. But
music.
yes, overall, and the musical's a very close second for sure. It's just that uh it romanticizes the Phantom a little bit more than it probably should.
Right.
Um, I, but then again, society has a tendency to do that. I mean, people still think the Joker and Harley Quinn are a great couple,
Boy.
And it's only getting worse,
So,
isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, should we go through our ratings?
Yes. Can we do least favorite to favorite, please?
Least favorite to favorite? Sure.
I
Sure.
like it that way.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Let's do Matt first. You go first. Matt.
Robert Englund.
Least favorite?
Mine is the 1962 Hammer film.
Mine is also the 1962 Hammer film.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay.
I see what you just did there. Okay, Matt, number 7.
Well, I'm changing my rating right here on the fly
I
because
see that.
I talked myself into writing to moving one up and moving one down. So my number 7 is actually the Hammer film.
Ooh, okay. My number 7 is Robert England.
My number 7 is also Robert England's. I moved some of these around as we talked
You
about them.
did because we didn't have this.
No, and I did not look at your ranking and realize that my last 3 are also your last 3 now. Oops.
Yeah, that's funny.
My bad.
Okay.
Number 6.
Number 6, this makes me very happy. Go.
The Dario Argento one. I moved it up.
I'm so
Hey,
happy about that.
that's great.
Um, oh boy. My number 6 is the Technicolor 1943 one.
Also by number 6. I got distracted by the pretty colors and then there was nothing of substance to keep me there. Number
Oh,
5.
okay. So we're on the number 5.
Yeah.
I forgot there was only 3 of us. I'm so used to having like 20 people on the Tis the
Weighing
Podcast
in.
horror
Yeah.
bracket that
Yeah.
Very true.
I got distracted for a second. Number 5 is the animated one.
Number 5 for me is also the animated one.
Well, 5 for me is Argento. And listen,
You moved
that
it.
was my number 8 before we recorded. I was still pissed about it.
Oh, okay.
And I moved it up. And I think it belongs at number 5 for me.
I just want to say that both of you moved your Argento up a little bit after discussing it. And I like to think that I used a little bit of J magic
I think you did.
to do that.
I
So
think
thank
That's
you,
what
did.
Jay.
discussions are for, is for
Exactly.
making you appreciate or hate things more.
I
Yeah.
will never forget Jay basically convincing me to move up that one horrible Hellraiser movie from very bottom. It was Revelations
I'm
Jay
not
to
gonna
like
lie, that is
romanticized that movie.
strange that you moved it the way you did because
Kendall was
The
going through
Argento
it.
Phantom is not good, but I think it was deserving of being moved.
I
Hellraiser Revelations is very, very, very
it's very,
bad.
very bad. And it has a really shitty pinhead. And that's why I literally said in my notes and said it out loud that no pinhead was going to be over Doug Bradley. Like Doug Bradley was not going to be under that shitty pinhead. And anyway,
and it
I'm a
happened anyway.
hypocrite. I'm a
It's
hypocrite.
okay. It's okay. Jay romanticized
Okay.
that movie until we liked it. So
He went in there with a goal, and you know what? He did it.
Oh, it's my turn again. Number
Number 4.
4. The miniseries, Charles Dance.
That is also my number 4.
All right. Don't shoot me. My number 4 is the silent film 1925.
I actually moved mine because mine was number 4.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number 3, despite the fact that I understand what this movie is, I can't disconnect it from childhood memories.
Yeah.
So 1943 Technicolor.
That
That's
tracks.
very
Look,
fair.
this is our top 3. These are the big deals, so that makes total sense.
My
Yep.
number 3 is the 1925 silent film, and that has made its way up there because it was lower, and I just can't get it out of my head.
Yeah, you keep thinking about it, so obviously it did something for you.
Yeah, and like I said, I get it. It's a heavy lifting for a modern audience to go back and watch a movie
Yes.
like that. It is, and
Mhm.
it's not gonna hit the same way but
Kind of
it's
felt about Vampire.
I
I
was
was
about to
like,
compare it to that. So the
Vampire, Nosferatu.
hmm,
yeah,
Vampire had a lot of reading, a lot of context, a lot of telling us what's going on. But with Phantom, it's like the dialogue cards were so far spaced out. It's like we watched 10 minutes of silent film, and then so it's almost like
Yep.
one of those books that has no dialogue, and you just kind of make it up
Yeah.
as you. That's how it felt watching for me.
yeah.
So it was a little more difficult.
Yep.
Your number 3?
My number 3 is the 1988 animated. I just had the best. I watched this on one of my days on vacation, like at 11 p.m., and just it tickled me to death. I loved it. I wasn't expecting it
Nice.
to be so nostalgic or entertaining or faithful
Was
to
very
the original
nostalgic.
story. That shocked me.
Yeah.
Number 2.
All right, my number 2 is the musical. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Can't wait to see it live again next year.
Ugh. Me either. My number 2 is the Dario Argento film. I had so much fun watching that piece of shit. It was so weird
I knew
and
you would. I knew you would love it.
funny, and he unbuttons his pants for the rats. Like, what? I'm not gonna enjoy that. It was just he looked like a stat. Like it was good. He killed a pedophile. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot
Points
going
for
on
that,
that I enjoyed.
honestly.
Yep.
Yep.
One of my favorite things out of this whole process is the fact that you just latched to that one. I love it. My
Yep.
number 2 is the musical as well.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1.
Number 1 is the silent film. It's great. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
My number 1 is the musical. Just love it.
My number 1 is the Charles Dance miniseries, and I just cannot. That's the one is sticking with me. Just his cadence and the way that he speaks as the Phantom and the way he tells his
really
own
good.
story. It's just so. I don't even know.
He was definitely, aside from Lon Chaney, definitely the best Phantom.
He's
really good in that one.
And I love the fact that we
definitely.
didn't see his face, and I wasn't mad about that. That I didn't need that for the story, you know, for a horror film
No.
to not see the monster. Um, I don't know. I could rewatch that. I just love Charles Dance, so that's my number one.
Mm-hmm. Those are all solid number ones
I think so.
for
I love
sure.
that we all have a different number one as well, which I would have expected,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
You know, I know like the Charles Dance one isn't in my top three, but the musical, the Charles Dance, and the silent, not in those orders, is objectively probably the best three.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
actually, yeah. The
Yeah.
original, the musical, and the most
The
fleshed out one.
miniseries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And throw and sprinkle in that little animated one in there.
God, I
I
fucking
gotta look
love
up
that
what
one.
style that animation was, and I gotta find some more.
I cannot
I
find that
just
on DVD. It's only on eBay on VHS. It's cheap, but I don't have a VHS player, so
yeah.
I might have to get one just for that. Or I can just watch it on YouTube like I originally did for free.
Yeah, just
You
watch
know,
it on
Yeah.
YouTube a bunch.
it's the same.
Is that where you watched it? I guess that is
That's
where
where
I
I
watched
watched.
it.
I watched it
But
on YouTube.
It's the only place you can find it.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can't even rent it on Amazon, can you?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Hmm. I'm gonna do some research and see if I can find other animated because that just clicked something in my brain for me.
Yeah, what is that called? Give me all the DVDs of that.
Matt, thank you so much for coming
Yes.
on
Of
and
course.
talking about
Thank
this.
you.
And thank you for this idea. Even though you didn't like mean to really sprout this
No.
idea,
Yeah.
but this is something that is gonna grow legs, and we're
Yay.
doing it once a year with other monsters and guests, and I'm very
I'm
excited
glad
about
we
it.
started with the Phantom because I've always been curious about the Phantom, and for whatever reason, just never. It's probably because it was a musical, and you know I don't love musicals. Even you know what? I don't know what my problem is. I don't because I like the music. I've heard all the songs. I get ads for like the Phantom on stage. There was I don't know some guy who was playing him recently, and it was all these like video clips of him rehearsing, and
Hmm.
Jesus Christ, his voice is like
I can't think of his name, but he was the African American guy,
mm-hmm,
right?
just
Can't think of
like
his name. I think he's the very first African American. If I'm not mistaken, he might be the
Oh,
very first African American Phantom.
his voice came from somewhere else. Like that's
He's
the angel of
yeah,
music. You know what I mean? And so
yeah.
like I don't I don't know what my
If
problem
you
is
want to
with
watch something,
musicals.
if you want to watch something really interesting, there is the Phantom of the Opera 25th anniversary at the Royal Albert Hall, and they get some of it's a full performance of the Phantom of the Opera, but at the very end, something like five or six past phantoms come out and sing the music of the night.
Ooh. Oh God.
Michael Crawford, of course, because he was the original, and then several others also come out and sing with him. So it's pretty good.
Matt, have you ever seen Repo the Genetic Opera?
No.
Oh
Sarah
please.
Brightman is in it. I don't think Matt would like it at all, but Sarah Brightman is in it, and
Ah,
I just thought she was the original
Christine,
Christine.
yes.
Hmm.
Because she was married to Andrew Lloyd Webber at the time.
Oh
I did not know
really?
that.
Tea.
I did not know that.
See,
Or they
that's
got
why I
married after she was cast or something like that. I can't remember
oh
which.
Hey,
even more tea. All right.
interesting. Well, the
I mean,
Repo is no Phantom of the Opera, but
I'm sure it's not. Mhm.
it's
it's
like the Garbage Pail Kids of the Phantom of the Opera.
Ah,
And we love that kind of thing,
um
but you might not.
have
Paris Hilton's in it.
have we in yeah. My
Wait, and so
husband
is Bill
actually turned that
Moseley
movie
though.
off.
Bill Moseley's in it.
And Anthony Stewart Head, R.I.P.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Um, have we announced what we're doing for our birthday month on
I don't think,
the record?
not that I
No.
can recall.
Might as well do it now since we're talking about it. in the month of September, hot news, breaking news, Matt. You were the first to know, aside from our guests. But in the month of September, which is will be our third birthday, we
Mhm.
are putting out 4 episodes of the month of September, and each episode is going to be one film, and we are doing all horror musicals.
Oh,
And each
fun.
episode will have a guest, yes. We have a few people who have never been on the show before, some friends of mine, so
I'm
very excited.
thinking probably like, I'm just gonna guess. I don't, but Anna and the Apocalypse, I imagine, is one.
Well, we already
We've
did
already
that
done
one.
that one.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
There's not a lot to choose
Horror
from. Spoiler
musicals.
alert.
No, there aren't a
There's
lot to
not.
choose from. So like Little Shop of Horrors,
Ding.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Ding
Ding.
ding.
You mentioned one earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I've already forgotten. We've been
We're talking
recording for a
about Tim
while.
Burton.
Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Yes.
Sweeney Todd.
And
And the one we were just talking about.
Repo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's only like
So
3
that'll
more
be
that
fun.
exist. So that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
Apocalypse would have
no
been perfect.
place like
But we'd already talked about it.
God, I
London.
love
So.
Sweeney Todd.
And Phantom would have been a good one too, but
Yeah, but I prefer it in this format.
1000%.
Yeah.
1000%.
Speaking of not good voices, but that I just love is, and then we can be done. But I do have a thing for Helena Bonham Carter in that movie. She does not have a good singing voice, but she's like perfect for that
It
role.
fits. Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense. I hate her
Yep.
voice, makes me cringe. But God, she's perfect for Mrs.
Mr.
Lovett.
Todd, I'm so happy.
Yeah. Fun fact, I never
That's exactly
actually
what she
finished
sounds
that movie.
like.
I know.
I never actually finished that movie, so this will be
What?
my first full
I
watch
was
of it.
pregnant
Yeah,
when that movie came out on DVD, and every time I would put it on, like Kai was big enough to move, she would start moving around when like the opening credits and the opening music started playing. So I don't know if she was
totally
scared
tracks.
or she liked
Uh-oh.
it. Who knows?
Yeah. I was really excited for it, and when I started watching it, I didn't like it, so I
Listen,
never
I
finished it. So,
completely
but this was back
understand.
when I was a little more like
Snobby
boring and normal.
about Tim Burton.
No, I wasn't gonna say snobby, but
Say snobby about Tim Burton.
no.
Okay.
But yes, so
All right.
but yeah. So anyway, Matt, can you plug your stuff and we will let you
Go night night.
I guess if anybody wants to continue to listen to me, they can find me at the Two
Yes.
Broke Geeks podcast. They can hear me on other episodes of this show. They can hear me in October on the Tis the Podcast horror bracket, being a curmudgeon. That's about it.
Well, we once again are so happy to have you on. It's always
Always a
fun.
pleasure.
I mean, I talk
Yes.
to you every day, but it's still fun to have you on and talk to you about
It is so fun to be here.
this stuff. So, well, we'll have you on probably again before the end of the year.
I'm
Yes,
sure.
just expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Goodbye, everybody. I'm glad you
Goodbye.
listened.
good night.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Two Girls, One Crypt. If you like what you heard, find us on Instagram and Facebook at Two Girls, One Crypt and let us know. We also have a private Facebook group where we can discuss more fun horror things, and that is Two Girls, One Crypt Keepers. We would also love to have more friends on the podcast. So if that is something that sounds fun for you, send us an email at twogirlsonecrypt@gmail.com and let us know.